Up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause I'm there for you.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I just know we found something so wild of the ordinary. You got me kissing the
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
I am struggling extremely with mental health issues, and I am trying to do that whilst being FTFE. And unfortunately, talking to flat earthers is quite painful.
All right. Thank you, Craig.
Riverside, wait for me.
Law. Nowhere in nature or in a controlled environment can we ever produce a volume
Brother,
outside of containment.
What's that?
Has gas been seen or
What's that, brother?
to-
Esta es una historia triste la que le voy a contar. Una historia triste la que le voy a contar. No tiene doble sentido.
I'm done, you know, pushing up my buttons, baby.
Chicken banana. Chicken banana. Chicken banana. Banana. Banana.
I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. What do we got going on here? Why is this not working? Oh, that's why. Ha! I didn't have it set up right. This thing's always changing some kind of bullshit on me every day.
Every day, man.
Hey, some little bullshit. I better check my microphone too. Okay, we're good on the microphone. Every so often it wants to switch me back over to the webcam microphone. Holy crap. Man, look at all the great people we got in here. Look at all these people. We got J.R. Hartley. We got Post Anything. Gordzilla's here. Gordzilla, thank you for your $20 super chat over on Rumble. That was really a cool thing. And let's see what else we got. Midnight Smokes makes something doing right on. Post Anything. It's long. There's too many fucking syllables in that. I can't do it.
Can I buy a vowel, please?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism. That was it. I was all done after that one. Okay. Let's see. Post Anything too. We got Sue Ratio here. Only updates. Source code 01 is here. Sirloin. Sirloin. I like it. Like a knight. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who is a CZRN is here. What's up? I don't know. I see Spin said he wanted my email. It's down there scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And also, if you have a question on a video, I see Spin, you know how to click that button. We know you do because you did it once before. Unless you're frightened. The Fallen Slaves of Saul is here with us too. We got TJ Hoff, Rob Saunders, HR Biggs. Let's see, all kinds of great people. Veronica Joseph here. Let's see if I missed anybody. Mr. Tahiti is here. Let's see. I think I pretty much got everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. We'll probably highlight your comment if it's witty. There's Derek, or should I say Bob Ross? Bob. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in a hot tub? Bob. Ow. Quadri amputee in a hot tub. Bob. And just hope the right end cops up. Seems like he'd be top heavy, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know, right? That would be bad news if you flip the other way.
Well, we know they released these Epstein files, right?
Sort of.
And everybody was pissed off because they were all redacted. But this is so fucking great. This is so great. They spent all that time redacting it, and all they did was put a black square over the fucking words. And people have found out that if you copy and paste in a notepad, the whole text comes up, man.
Really?
Yeah, because the black square is on a different fucking layer.
Good job, Internet Sleuth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And boy, Trump's name does appear a number of times. It's looking just like I said that they was partners, buddy. It wasn't that they was just friends. They were in this shit together. And there's some
Well,
real.
it's like they've been friends for a long time.
Oh yeah, but I mean more than just friends. They were in this together. They were in this bullshit together. See,
Yeah.
there's some pretty outrageous shit about a 13-year-old who was forced to do things while she was pregnant. And then they killed her baby and threw it and disposed of it in Lake Michigan.
Jeez Louise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's like I said, they're all Epstein, right? It ain't just Jeffrey that was the fall guy,
Well,
basically.
it's to a point where they can't come out with all of them, you know. Not really.
Well, their whole effort at trying to redact this shit. I mean, is Bondi really that fucking stupid?
Yes.
Or was she, is she kind of is maybe she working behind the scenes? Like, oops, somebody's going to get fired though. Somebody's going to get fucking fired big time.
Well, I'd rather see people get executed like you talked about the other night rather than put in prison.
Absolutely.
Well, they should base that threat because, I mean, that's kind of what the sin involves. You know, don't mean to sound too Christian or anything, but
put the millstone around their neck.
Well,
is that what you're saying? Put the millstone around their neck and toss them into the sea?
Pretty much.
Oh, that's too quick and painless. It's too quick and painless. I kind of like death by 1,000 cuts. That's pretty heinous. Flaying, that's pretty that's disembowelment. That's another really nasty one because the guy's still alive watching his guts be pulled out, man. You know, I mean, you need something that's going to be satisfying. You need something that's going to be utterly satisfying.
And right, because it's like let's take Enron for example. A few years in prison.
Yeah,
that's not satisfying.
No.
Not only that, the taxpayers are paying to keep those people housed and fed and everything else. So it's really bad for us.
Where's the justice here? Is where everyone kind of scratches their head, and they're right.
That's why I always pronounce it correctly. We have the greatest criminal just us system that there is. And that's what it is a just us system. They don't get in any trouble. Just us. You see, rules for thee and not for me. That's how these fuckers have always played. See, they tried to play it off for a little while and say, oh, nobody's above the law. Well, motherfucker, it seems like you are.
No.
Yep.
What's up, Andrew? You're muted or something. We hear no.
Isn't working.
We hear no.
Chilling.
There it is. No, he's back.
Okay.
So what's on?
Good evening, Sav, Chad, and Andrew. Hope you're all doing well, by the way.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, cheers, everyone.
Other than I feel like the Three Stooges. I mean, outside of that.
Why you feel like the Three Stooges?
But we're not, Chad.
Well, I'm tuning in at the moment because I have a more on a more cynical take on people that deserve capital punishment. I think we're not making use of volcanoes enough.
Yeah, but that could anger the gods. That could anger the gods and earthquakes and famines and shit like that, you know.
Yeah, we give them a helicopter flight, you know, see around the area, and then just drop them off in the fucking in the volcano, or a rope. It's like the easiest way, or just drop them off in the middle of the Sahara Desert.
Well, you got to dip them in slowly. You can't just throw them in there. It's got to be a little bit a slow death.
Tar and feather's a good one.
Oh, I've been talking about that for a long time. We need to bring that shit back.
Right on, bro.
Yeah, because tar and feathering, that doesn't come off. You have to rip your skin off.
Yep.
Like even if you could rip it off, it would be like decades. at least.
Yeah, you'd have that shit. You'd live with that for a long time. I bet.
Yeah, infections and all kinds of different things would happen. But yeah, I am not very nice when it comes to people doing harmful things to other people. So
no, it's just you got to be fucked in the head to do shit like that. You know, you really do. Especially to somebody innocent, an animal or a child. You know, that's the worst. That is the worst to me. And I have no mercy for people like that whatsoever. That's why I like that death by 1,000 cuts, man. That's a little shaker of salt to go along with it. Oh yeah, maybe a little one of them little squeezy bottles of lemon juice. You know,
skin them like the Indians, scalp them.
Fucking right, man.
Yeah, so death by 1,000 cuts, I think, was the Chinese, right? They did that.
I think it was Arabs.
Oh, I thought it was like bamboo.
I think it was like Arabs.
Something like that. Okay.
I don't know. There's people who've come up with some heinous shit that they do to people, man. And they really do. The Iron Maiden, that was pretty heinous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whose job is it to sit around and come up with shit like that? You know, that's a twisted fucking person right there.
Yeah, right.
You see, that's one of the reasons that they that guy, that Dr. Guillotine, invented the guillotine device. It's because it was sloppy. You come down after a hard day of chopping heads, you know, the arms start getting tired and they miss a little bit. The guy flinches or something and it don't come off in one whack. The guy flinches and you slice off half his face. You have to spend a half hour chasing the fucking guy down so you can put him back on the chopping block and shit. It ain't as smooth as what they show in the movies. And this guy came up with a device. Look, he can't move. There is no flinching. It's just over. Boom. Done. You know?
You gotta get that guy from Saw, the movie Saw, on the case. Jigsaw. Yeah, he comes up with all the best ways to torture people, right?
I got it.
All right, this is kind of fucked up. When I was in my senior year of high school, my English teacher at the time, he was Palestinian, and he moved over to the U.S. and he was a good teacher, except for like the last couple weeks of the class, where he was talking about all of these ancient versions of torture. It was an English fucking class of all the things. He was talking about that. And he brought up something called scaphism, which is probably, it's up there with being crucified.
Oh.
It's horrible, horrible stuff. But yeah, it's like, yeah, the people that are going to be actually tortured in these type of ways. Yeah, like you were just saying, Dave, who the fuck comes up with this stuff?
I know.
Scaphism is basically being eaten by bugs and dehydrated.
The devil, basically. But
yeah, man. Tying people, staking people down on a fucking anthill. That was another good one.
Yeah, it's almost Christmas. I'm not even Christian, but I would say that the holiday season. Maybe
oh, that song. It's the holiday season with a whoop-de-doo and a hickory dock. And don't forget to whip out your cock.
It's way better than the ones that I can't stand Christmas music.
I don't
especially
like it.
Once
It's
Mariah.
all written by Jews. All the fucking Christmas music's written by Jews. What's up?
Right.
Come on.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah, heck yeah.
That's some crazy shit. Yeah. That's hey everyone. Hey, Bing Crosby, right? Right on, smoking a G sharp.
We'll have the happiest time since Bing Crosby tap dance.
You got to have that smile too. It's the holiday season. You get that cheesy look on your face. Oh, with a whoop-de-doo and a dickory dock. Oh man. Oh, so did you see the TPUSA event? They had Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Do they even know why she's named Nicki Minaj?
I don't even know. I don't even care either.
What does that mean?
De Trois. This is from her own lips. This is from her own lips. The ones up here.
Yeah,
and, right. And she she was basically a fucking hooker.
Yeah.
That's their whole thing. And she
Most
did
of them are.
threesomes and shit all the time. And that's how she got that name. And here she comes up on TPUSA talking about how, Erica Kirk talking about how she walks with the Lord and all this shit. And I'm like, have you ever seen her videos?
Yeah.
She's twerking for Jesus, I'll tell you. I don't think Charlie would approve, but this is well, Charlie wouldn't have approved. I can tell you that right now. This didn't age well at all.
Are you putting the video of it up?
Period of time.
I mean, Nicki Minaj. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't.
Several months later.
I mean, Nicki Minaj. I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah,
did you watch their interaction between those two?
It was so fake.
Well, but not only that, did you hear what she said about JD Vance being an assassin?
Yes, I did. I was like, did she really just do that? Did she what?
It's like, oops. I don't know. It probably was scripted that way, but either way, it was still kind of funny.
Keep the internet buzzing.
Right.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of questions. Listen to this shit.
Hey, Erica, what about the guys you dated before Charlie?
I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was.
You were proposed to by Charlie in 2020. You started dating him in 2018. And 3 years before that, you were dating this guy, Tyler Massey. I mean, you guys would do couples photo shoots. This is still online. And this is only 3 years before you started dating Charlie.
He's in heaven.
Yeah, and 2 years later, you were dating this guy, Cabot Phillips, and here he is posting you guys on his public page saying, yes, we're that couple who gets painting lessons together. Again, this is a year before you started dating Charlie, and well within the 5-year period, you claim to have never dated anyone, but you were out here dissing your roommate for dating.
I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to dinner with another. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than go. I don't drink. I find it unproductive.
And why are you here drinking and dating on a reality show that actually was filmed the year you met Charlie? So you obviously were dating. So I'm not understanding your timeline. I mean, you're talking to a guy here who's asking you out on a date and you're taking his number? And here you are on your date.
I've honestly spent the majority of my life being one of the most sought-after bachelors. Oh, great. But I'm just really excited to spend some one-on-one time with Erica. I really do like her, and I'm excited to get to know her a little bit more.
Erica, hello? I just want to understand how you so confidently lie to our faces when this footage was on national television. And you know the footage is out there. The pictures of your boyfriends that you dated are still public online. And you know that, but you still lie like this.
Stop.
Wait, isn't Cabot Phillips your ex-boyfriend? Why is he now the speaker of Turning Point USA? Leading speeches of how to lead like Charlie. What's going on, Erica?
Stop.
He's also the senior editor for the Daily Wire, the one outlet that your husband was having active beef with at the time. Connected to Netanyahu, so
stop.
Right. So what else are you lying about? Because you're a liar. Point blank, period. You're a liar. And we just proved that. So this is still publicly accessible on social media. And you lied about that. You also lied about dating, but you were on a reality show dating the same year you met Jesse. You know what I mean? What else are you lying about? Like bigger things? Are you lying about bigger things? Because this is small and you'd really easily with like a straight face, you lie. So like what, Because sure.
Stop.
Stop.
More than an evil bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is not good. This is not good. Oh yeah, I can't show this because they're blocking it for copyright. The 60 Minutes CBS thing.
What was it?
Trump files. Oh man.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, CBS is doing copyright strikes. Your video won't even be able to be viewed.
So stupid.
Yeah. You can find it on other platforms though. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Was it how old was it?
Just recent, like within the last day or two. I can put a link to.
I just didn't know if it mentioned like any of the new stuff that you were just talking about, how with the redacted pages. But
I'm about to get to that here in just a second.
Gotcha.
Here's a link down here for everybody to X, where you can see why it's being held, and they're not wanting people to see it. Yeah, it's very understandable. So let's see.
Yeah, we made you ever had Belgian cookies? It's kind of a family tradition thing. They kind of look like that.
Wow.
You use like an iron that you turn over the stove, kind of like a campfire iron almost.
Oh, okay.
It's got them little perforated things in it. But anyway, yeah, we made those the other night, and then I burned my freaking pointer finger on it.
So there's another way to get a waffle print like that on your finger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, brand new S-wing hammer. That'll do it every time, baby. I'll tell you what.
That's what I was talking about. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're all right. Those little textured heads on those fucking things. I remember when I got a heavy 28 ounce S-wing, and I remember I've had it for years. I remember when I first got that thing. Boy, it had brand new. It was shiny. Thing was shiny. Had those little waffle, those little checkered on the head, and I was taking down some braces, and of course you're pounding the nails out. It's cold as shit. It's January. It's colder than hell outside. And I come down and I laid my fucking thumb open with that shit, man. It was just like, and there was no pain really at first. I was just like, like that. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is going to fucking hurt. This is going to, as soon as the cold wears off, this is going to fucking hurt. And boy, did it ever too. Best I could do is I put some toilet paper around it and then wrapped it with painter's tape. And I was good for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But that, oh man, it laid it open. I couldn't hardly use that hand for like days.
That's called the construction Band-Aid.
Yeah, exactly. You got to use your MacGyver skills.
Yep. So in regards to this, I'm going to share my screen for just a moment. Here we go.
Yeah, makes you appreciate the Amish, right? They're out there walking around barefoot on them beams, smacking nails, hitting them every time right on the head.
So here we go. Russia patents space station designed. It's actually a typo. It should be a space station designed to generate artificial gravity. Holy fuck. I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Dude,
okay, so
you know what they're going to do? You know what they're trying to float by again? The same as back in 1968. If you've ever seen Space Odyssey, they had a rotating wheel that they used for the hotel, and everybody walked along the the edge on the inside because of centrifugal force. But here's the problem. You're in a weightless environment. How would that work?
As soon as you leave that centrifugal force point, all of a sudden things will change very quickly.
Well, it would have no centrifugal force. There's no weight. This is another reason why rockets wouldn't work either. You're not distributing any weight. Part of the whole formula for rocketry is it involves weight of the object. And that's how you know how much thrust to have. Well, 0 plus 0 equals 0. So good luck with that.
Yeah. But either way, Russia has a patent on it now, apparently. I don't know how that patents work in Russia versus
well, how did the patent office verify that? Excuse me.
So Russian state-owned Energia rocket company has secured a patent for a novel spacecraft architecture designed to generate artificial gravity, a capability which could provide a huge boost for long-duration crewed missions. A report from Russian state media outlet TASS, which obtained the patent, states that the rotating system is designed to generate a gravitational force of 0.5 grams or 50% of Earth gravity. The patent documentation includes illustrations of a National Space Station structure with a central axial module with both static and rotating components with modules and inhabitants connected to a hermetically sealed flexible junction. I'm going to leave it right there because at this point, I think that is perfect enough for the title of the stream you put out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like I said, I thought about that, when I was a kid, that made sense to me. But then as I got older and I started thinking about it, I'm like, wait a second. If you're in a weightless environment, how in the fuck would centrifugal force work?
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't. You just go over the thing, you'd be in a tube that's spinning around while you're in it. It's don't make any sense whatsoever.
Like you'd be like the floating frog experiment.
Kinda. I mean, it wouldn't be
right.
It wouldn't be it wouldn't work like you think. See, we're earthbound, so we have these thoughts in our head that are all based on these physics, but they don't take these other things into account. When you go, oh yeah, the rocket ship pushes shit out, and of course it's going to move forward. And it's like, wait a second, part of that whole thing is dependent on weight. That's how you know how many pounds of thrust to give the vehicle, right? So if you don't weigh anything, and there's nothing to push off of, what the fuck's going to happen? Nothing. You just got fire shooting out your ass. That's all. That whole idea doesn't really jive. And we see that with high-speed cameras and experiments in vacuum chambers with rocketry. The only time the rocket will even begin to start to move is once the chamber has received a sufficient amount of the exhaust in order to be something to push off of. But let's be realistic. In space, there's no containment, right?
Well, we can't even duplicate that environment in real life.
No. Well,
it's been the whole problem all along. The big elephant in the room.
Well, the only place
we cannot duplicate space because they're like, oh, well, Earth is too big for us to recreate the scenario we believe in.
Yeah, it's too big. Yeah, that's
right.
Okay.
Are you showing the Epstein files?
Yes. This is really. You missed the first part of the show. I was talking about this, and we're getting to this right now.
Yeah.
Now they released those, and they were all redacted, right? Well, all they did was go in and put black boxes over it on another layer. People found out that if you copy and then paste into Notepad, the text shows up. So everything that's redacted becomes unredacted. Names of everybody, victims and perpetrators alike. This shit is hitting, and Trump's name shows up a bunch of fucking times, man.
And that should not be surprising.
Well, he sure did pull a hell of a con on everybody, didn't he?
Well, no, yeah, because I remember people trying to say, oh, he was never on those lists.
Yeah. Well, and his supporters
yes,
were almost putting him like he was Jesus. You know? They were making like he was a second coming of Jesus. Oh, look, it was a miracle. God saved him when he was pretend shot in the ear. Jesus Christ.
And where he
how many pages are there?
Later.
How many what?
How many pages?
Oh, I don't. This is just a video. This isn't the actual files.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
In the earshot thing, I was saying where he healed up a few days later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can highlight the shit and you can actually bring it up into lookup or translate, and it gives you all the information that's under the black box. There's somebody that goes in and explains this really well too. Yeah, this is like this one. This paper here is a count from each of the PDFs how many times Trump shows up in the files. Let me just show that real quick. You see the name in red?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you see why redactions took a lot of time?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What?
That's the red letter edition right there. Yeah. So it's like, and people are, and that's just with the unread. This is crazy. This is how this
that was
is
one page.
Oh yeah, this is pretty heinous. I should back here and go forward is what I should do.
So I'm guessing now that the sleuths uncovered the way to do that, that the rest of the releases will come a lot slower or not at all.
Huh? Okay, here we
possibly.
Go.
At least they'll be a little more hip to what people are doing on the internet, I suppose. I think that might be the whole thing behind it anyway, to see what people can uncover just by throwing out a few at a time.
Okay, yeah, that's backed up too far. Let me go up here too. Oh, okay, this guy. The artist known as Jess. Kind of like this guy. He was a real Trump guy to start with, and his tune has changed quite a bit over time. You'll recognize him when I bring him up. This guy.
Oh, that guy.
This is pretty good though. I'm watching like an evolution of this guy. It's really kind of interesting.
It is true. Pam Bondi posted a bunch of the Epstein files, not all of them, but a lot of them are posted in PDF form with simply black box overlays. So people are copying and pasting the redacted parts into a word processor, tells you what's redacted, because essentially what happened there is they just overlaid black box outs over the text. They didn't get rid of the text. So when you copy and paste.
Yes, Angela. Or angle of elevation. Yes, he was being accused. He is accused and talked about quite often in that regards.
Well, even by his own daughter.
Some pretty heinous shit. Heinous shit.
Dark stuff.
Yeah, man, really dark shit. And listen, this is bad. This is really, really bad, and it's only just now starting to be what's being revealed. What I read about the 13-year-old who was pregnant and forced to do things with these men, and how they disposed of her baby, sickened me to my core. It sickened me to my core.
I have a question about this when this is actually when the video is over.
All right,
but
read what is redacted. And like, this is fucking crazy, right? It's like one of these happy accidents, or was this done on purpose so that we could see what's actually been redacted? They said that Dan Bongino was in on redacting the files. Is he the one who just put the fucking black boxes over there so that like you really had the opportunity to find out what it is? How funny would it be? Of all the shit that Pam Bondi has fucked up, because like you could argue this is not a fuck up because it's giving us what we want, right? They're already finding that like their victims' names, so then you can cross-reference the date. Some of them are 14 and younger, dude. These sick fucking motherfuckers. It's just unreal. But what if they fire Pam Bondi for this? Which, like, all the other fucking retarded shit she's done and said, like, we have the files. I don't have the files. I gotta review them. Oh, there's nothing there. My desk burned down. Fucking the dog ate it. It's just hilarious, right? If they fire her for this shit, like, I fucking got no words for what an absolute clusterfuck the DOJ is. Can't wait to see what everybody digs up, though, out of those fucking files. Merry Christmas to those of us that want to learn some shit. Oh, you corrupt, dirty pedo motherfuckers. Somebody's in trouble. Guarantee you somebody's in trouble today. Good luck to you all. Merry Christmas and long live this beautiful republic.
So, yeah, that's a lot of shit that they didn't want to get out, I think, is getting out.
Good.
I said, and whether he dies or is impeached or whatever, he's not going to finish out this term.
Yeah, I can see that they're setting that whole little ordeal up already about how the Democrats are going to take the midterms. It's just another one of those things that goes back and forth so that they can blame each other and nothing gets done per usual. Vote harder.
So do you
get us in, we'll fix all your problems, and you know.
Yeah, vote harder while we count your votes.
Yeah, we're gonna take care of you. Trust us.
Oh, if I couldn't laugh, I'd cry. Yeah.
So, if you had one thing to present as evidence, not just theory, of what might be happening in 2026, what do you guys think?
As far as what?
Hopefully
Anything?
we will have gained ground in a serious revolution. That's what I'm looking at. I'm telling you, man, there ain't no way you're going to vote your way out of this. There is no way to vote your way out of this. You're either just going to have to swallow this fucking shit or do something. And that's the only thing that there is. That's it. You're never going to vote your way out of it. You already see your big, great white hope, taco tits, turned out to be one of the worst swamp creatures of them all.
I think it's not like it's good by any means right now, but I think the economy is going to take a real turn for the worse next year. I think we're going to be on some real hard times next year.
Yep.
It's already in bad shape, and I just think it's continue to head downwards at this point.
Oh, I know.
Unless it happened, unless we have a true revolution, like you're talking about.
Well, it's already being artificially floated, Cubby.
Yeah, that's
it's artificial. I mean,
and one other.
If America just focused on our own resources, we would actually be fine. But we're prevented by our own federal government from doing that.
One other thing will be the uprising, which is already happening, of AI and AI governance is definitely going to be. Palantir will probably be almost completely in place by next year, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the thing is it's this fucking petrodollar, okay, and that's one of the biggest problems. This is why we're going after fucking the oil reserves of Venezuela. We had pretty much the corner market with oil through OPEC, you see, and now since we fucked ourselves with Venezuela, okay, they nationalized their oil. Which means that it isn't owned.
And now, therefore, they're the enemy. You know?
yeah. They nationalized their oil,
yeah.
Right? And so, what did we do? The Fed put sanctions on them, so they couldn't sell bonds and shit. So, what do? They sell their oil to China. They sell their oil to Russia, who is now using a gold-backed currency that is becoming ever increasingly gold-backed. Well, this isn't going to do. This is not going to do at all. We cut off our own nose to spite our face. We could have just gone ahead and bought the oil. Didn't have to put sanctions on them, but the pressure of these huge oil companies is what caused that. See,
it's the same pressure behind the Federal Reserve. It's the same people.
Well, yeah, we're run by corporations. This whole thing. So we shot ourselves in the fucking foot with that. Whose ever brilliant idea it was to put those sanctions on Venezuela, but they have every right to keep their oil.
They do have every right.
You know, we just go in there and we basically exploit places for their fucking resources, and if they don't let us exploit them, then we want to blow them up. I mean,
it's also double bizarre because it's like we have our own resources here in the U.S. that we don't need from anywhere else in the world.
Right.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yeah, that's
a fucked up thing about war, and unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, I went there and I saw what happens, and I was asking some of the higher ups, like, why are we here? What are we doing? And then they basically were saying it's just an occupation. We're here to take their resources.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much it.
Well, our Navy is engaged in piracy on the high seas.
That's why it's called the Skull and Bones, right? Because they were the pirates.
Yeah. Listen, that's what they're doing right now, openly. And people say, yeah, good. Yep. What are you talking about, good?
Yes,
attacked a foreign vessel, a commerce vessel, not even a naval vessel, a commerce vessel, and stole its cargo. That is called piracy. You know, there was a lot of pirates that were working. Well, they would work for governments.
Yeah, they're called butt pirates.
But I mean, back in the day,
I resemble that.
You know, like the pirates, the pirates that were getting through the blockades to bring arms to the colonists. You know, during the Revolution, you know, and they got paid handsomely for that shit. There's a cave system and a river network that leads to an area right around that they call Fort Knox. And that's where these pirates would hide their fucking gold and shit, dude, in these caves. Now they built the fort around the cave. It's no different. It's the same shit, same people. What's that you were showing there, Rico?
Oh, nothing. Actually, I have a question for you.
Oh,
I was
okay.
kind of kidding when I said that, you know, they rock the skull and crossbones like pirates, and then you have Yale's Skull and Bones University with like the bushes and all that. Is that why they're called Skull and Crossbones?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like literally?
That symbol goes all the way back. In fact, the Union Jack is actually a representation of the skull and crossbones if you look at it carefully. That whole St. Andrew's cross on there, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. And there's also an Egyptian thing. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dude, these rabbit holes, I've been down some rabbit holes I haven't believed for a second, but they're so interesting, the dots people connect. I have endlessly good times.
Oh,
but hey, Sav, brother, I can't wait till Sunday to have you on the show for a return on Temporal Sombrero. And Andrew, I don't know if you know, but Sargent wants me and you to represent Temporal Sombrero on Strange World tonight. But hey, did you like the thumbnail I made? Was the diamonds a little too?
No, it's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you know what I do for a thumbnail is for myself. I don't make a thumbnail. I just do an image search that has something to do with whatever I'm thinking about the topic. You know? And I'll find something.
I'm doing Chat GPT and trying to keep a theme going.
Don't play with the robots. Stop playing with the robots. Stop playing with no. Stop playing with the fucking robots. Watch
to hear Andrew tell it. I'm AI, and the guy you guys have met at all the festivals like Plateauberfest is an avatar that is making the AI look bad. It's this whole funny thing.
Well,
but I'm so excited to have you back on the show now that I've watched a lot of your streams because I didn't know quite where to go with you. I just knew that a lot of people that are in my camp loved you and respected you the first time you came on Sombrero. So I'm very much looking forward to Sunday. Cool. And I would like to also have you and your son on at some point as a duo.
Oh, that would be cool. It's hard to touch base with him right now, you know, especially with the holidays, and he's got 2 kids and, you know, that whole thing going on. Plus he's been working on his content, I guess. I haven't talked to him in a few days. I should get a hold of him. It's being at Christmas Eve tomorrow. I don't even realize it's Christmas Eve until like today. I was like, oh shit.
Well, Ryan always has his hands full in some way.
Hey, wash my hands real quick. My daughter got the newest version of that.
Meta.
About $800.
Yeah.
My son's getting his first version of.
Don't let him get too caught up in that.
Yeah.
Rico.
Either way, like we're like 3K in for Christmas.
Jeez.
It's crazy right now, man. It's crazy. See, I'd be stoked to get socks.
It's since I've been doing this, you know, and getting into learning, you know, getting really deep into the rabbit holes and shit. It's like I see all these people and they get all and it's like, oh, it's Christmas and we got to go and spend money on this person. We got to go spend money on that person and we got to do this and everything else. And it's like, you know, you wouldn't have nearly as much of a hassle if you just go ahead and do something like that for everybody at different times of the year, just at random.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
And not, have to have this whole regalia celebrating Nimrod's birthday and shit. You know, it's like, what
well,
are we
hey, we don't do the Santa Claus thing, and they know the gifts are from us. But at
Well-
some point, you have to like draw a line in the sand. Like, hey, I'm a conspiracy father. But at what point am I punishing my children for me being into these rabbit holes?
Don't even
You know what I'm
bring that
saying?
up.
There's a weird little line you got to dance on.
right?
I mean, they're all flat earthers. They're all everything you could wish they would be. But at the same time, I don't want them to feel punished or ousted at school. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's harder than I would have ever guessed it would be.
Listen, this is the best lesson you can teach your kids. Don't let other groups browbeat you into shit. Don't
They
go
do.
along with shit because it's the consensus. This is why we have Globetards.
I know. I'm guilty
And this
of it.
is this is the one great thing I love about this year, because you have all of these Globetards, including these idiots that come on here, flat Earth haters, and they'll have a fucking Christmas tree right behind them, and they don't understand that that's a representation of the firmament. That's what that represents. The lights on it are the stars, and the one
like
on
the tree,
is
the
Polaris.
tree. Oh, okay. Like
Like
the
a tree that
Odin's
gets its
tree.
untimely
Is that what you're talking about? Like
fate.
the Odin thing?
I'm talking about the top. Look at the way they come down in a conish type shape, right? Similar
Yeah.
to a dome, right?
Oh,
And
wow.
you've got your lights on it, and what's at the very top, stationary center, is Polaris, the main one, right? Everybody says, "Oh, that's the Star of Bethlehem." No, it's not. That's Polaris, man.
Yeah. Hey, before I go, you know what? March will be 12 years. A truther a few years before that, but 12 years of being a flat earther will be next March.
Wow.
It's been
Right on.
in my life. I'm so blessed. I have the best friends ever, man. Like, I thought that touring, your audience probably doesn't know I'm a drummer. I was a touring drummer.
Uh-huh.
You've heard of people I've played with. I just don't name drop because I'll get sued. Trust me. But like we were close, but the closest I have with this community has been the biggest blessing. You know, there's always someone like Andrew, for example. He's a co-host on Sombrero. I told him, you're one of the few numbers I never mute. If you call me and I'm sleeping, I'll answer that phone, dude. I mean, I wish I had the opportunity to tour the world in an 18-passenger van with a motorcycle trailer so we could also know each other's body odors. I'm just kidding. No, actually, one groupie said I smelled like ancient vinegar one day when I was on Warped Tour.
Oh my god, like ancient vinegar.
I thought it was creative. But hey, thanks for having me on. And Andrew, you want to hop on with me? Probably in about an hour. He's wanting to bring on a channel at a time.
Yeah, I just
so
need a link.
I know Mark and DJ both love you too. You want me to send you the link? It's basically just like a 2 or 3 minute, like, hey gang.
I'm going to be going on here till about 11, and then
okay.
Then I'm cutting out and I'm going to bed because I got to get up tomorrow. I only got to work for a few hours in the morning. Got to finish putting tiles up in a shower
on Friday. Oh well. I work 4 days.
Well, I'm looking forward to Sunday, and your third appearance, if we could make it happen, would be dope. If it was you, and I just said dope, like I'm from the streets. It would be dope if it was you and your son, because your son's like a deep dude too.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll see what he's got going on and run it by him and see what he says about it.
Okay, and as soon as I'm done with my holiday wishes on Strange World, I'll hop back over here and say, hey Doc. All right, love you guys so much.
Good to see you, man.
See you later, buddy.
All right, see you. Much love.
All right,
see you in a few, Andrew.
Yep. Dave, what you were saying is something very paramount to what I've been saying for a long time. Why do we have to wait until Christmas?
I know.
Like, to give people gifts. Like, I do this shit all the time for people, and I'm not asking for anything in return. But there happens to be like maybe an anniversary, husband and wife kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents got married basically the same exact time as, well, or very close to Christmas. So I bought them a helicopter flight around the San Francisco Bay Area
Nice. Yeah, you were telling us about that.
Yeah, no, that's what I did. And they have no idea that I bought it yet.
Guys, I just want to let you know that I bought you all a spatula.
Oh, nice.
Because
Oh,
nothing
shit.
says
Just one?
IKEA like a spatula.
Oh, fuck. I need at least 2.
I got all kinds of spatulas. I am Count Spatula.
So, yeah, it's just, yeah. Well, like, why do we wait until Easter to put out these different types of whatever?
Well, they're marker points, Andrew. They're marker points. They're reset marker points. Okay, and I've gone over this before. We go through the week. You get up the same day, same time. You do the same little routine. You go to the same job. We kind of denote each day. We go, oh, it's Blue Monday, Taco Tuesday, it's Hump Day, hey, thank God it's Friday, right? We got all these little fucking things for that. And we do that week after week, day after day. And then we each month have some little marker point to look forward to, right? And if you recollect, this is how you'll remember stuff. I remember because it was close to St. Patrick's Day, or it was close to Easter. And you can pretty much pinpoint the month of when something happened, and you'll think of what the holiday was that month. So we've got Valentine's Day, and then we've got the St. Patrick's Day, and then we've got whatever the fuck, Easter, and then Memorial Day, and then the 4th of July, then Labor Day, and then you see you have all these little marker points going back to school time, all these little marker points till we come up to this time of the year here. Everybody rushes around and tries to find gifts to buy for other people and shit.
Earth Day,
dressed out and everything else like that. A lot of people get depressed off themselves, do all kinds of crazy shit during this time of the year. There's a lot of alcohol consumption takes place too, so more bad shit happens. And then we come back around to January the 1st.
Not me anymore.
They watch the little ball drop off the top of the building down to the ground, and then the lights go off and everybody freaks out and cheers, and they make promises to themselves that they don't have any intention of keeping. And then we just go again. It's Valentine's Day again. And then Monday through Friday, then the weekend. And it's Easter. And we're just going to keep doing this and keep doing this fucking treadmill thing over and over and over and over until you fucking die. And that's basically what this shit is. That's all. Based around consumerism. All of it is based around consumerism. Valentine's Day. What'd you get me for Valentine's Day?
Hallmark.
Where are you going to take me out to dinner? All the shit that you're expected to do. They're
Where's
like
the candies
that are just placed there on you.
Where's the gold?
Right.
Where's my necklace?
Then you go and get married and you add another fucking marker point. The anniversary.
And I just want to throw this out there, but what I look forward to are conversations of substance with other brothers, not any holiday.
Yeah, any day.
Yeah, like what we're having right now.
Every day is a holiday.
Right. Well, right. Every day is the Lord's. If you really want to.
Every night.
There's National Cookie Day. There's National Make Your Bed Day.
Somebody at Hallmark makes up holidays. So
Earth Day.
Yeah, Earth Day. I remember when that was a big deal when they first came out with that.
So technically, also, I was looking this up just now, and today is National Christmas Movie Marathon Day.
Ooh.
Say what?
Holiday.
And the day after tomorrow will be the day after Christmas Day.
Die Hard is the best Christmas movie ever.
I would agree. Yeah. Aside from, well, You Shot Your Eye Out.
Oh yeah, the Christmas Story.
The Christmas Story, yeah.
And thank you, Peter.
I mean, that's pretty
so
good.
well done. My dad loved that because it was that he grew up in that time period, and he said, "Man, that is so spot on. Everything, the furniture, the way that the people are dressed." Everything in that movie is spot on for the time period.
And the lantern, the lamp.
The leg lamp. I have one.
No, you don't. Come on.
Yes, I do. I do indeed.
The little models
it's in my gun room. Yep, it's in my gun room. In the window.
People are not aware of what that is. it's a lady's leg.
Yeah.
That basically just cuts off like right above the knee, I think, right?
Well, it goes up to the thigh.
Oh, does it? Okay.
It's
And then
wearing,
from there,
it's wearing a thigh-high fishnet stocking.
it's just a lamp.
Yeah, it's a whore's leg.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Sal's got it next to his smoking jacket.
That's it, right next to it. Yeah, my pipe. In my pipe. No, that's pretty much what they do. And it's like, come on, we're all grown up here. We know that Jesus wasn't born in December. Okay. That's not right. That's very, very incorrect, even by biblical standards. You know, there are no shepherds in the fields. Okay. It's cold as fuck right now. Okay. It's cold as hell, just like it is here. There ain't none of that going on. People freezing their asses off walking around out to the manger and shit. That wasn't going down like that. So this was added later, and it was to appease pagans. It absolutely was created to appease the pagans that had these rituals that they would do. There was one in Britain that they had where these people would get drunk as shit and just roam the streets and threatening people, go up to the like rich people's houses and shit and knock on the door and say, give me some food or we'll beat your ass, you know, and they would do it. So they ended up, Christmas was actually illegal. It was illegal here in the United States too, until like late 1800s, I think.
So what do you think about, I'm not sure if you've seen it before, but it's the Eric DeBay video on Christmas. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I think I've seen that. It's been out a few years.
Oh, it's been out, yeah. Like
I think I've seen it a few years ago.
10 years or more.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's talking about like why do we have Christmas trees and why do we have these different colored ornaments that we hang on the Christmas trees, and that is because essentially what he is getting into is I can never pronounce it properly, so I'm not going to try. It's mushrooms, magic mushrooms. The Annalisa or something. I don't know. Whatever it is. But yeah, it's just people were tripping on mushrooms. They would dry mushrooms out on these trees, and they'd bring them in because it had a nice fragrance to the home. And they would dry them out very close to where a fire pit or a fireplace is. And yeah, people get fucked up on mushrooms, which I might even do right now.
The Laplanders in the Scandinavia, their shaman drink reindeer piss at a certain time of the year because the reindeer eat this hallucinogenic mushroom. They're little tiny black mushrooms. They're like moss, and the deer eat these and shit. And then the shaman drink the deer's piss and trip out from that. Yeah.
Would you do that?
No, I'm not drinking my piss or anybody else's. That's just not happening.
Even if it's gonna be like high, like LSD kind of style.
No,
no.
There's other ways to do that.
Would you eat? I mean, would you eat a turd if it got you high? I mean,
no. I'm just asking. It was in general. Just
nope, not happening. What's going on, Eric? We don't hear you.
You are muted.
Come off mute or
look at there. He's blinded by Trump's brilliance. See that?
Oh,
my
hail Trump.
He's this shit is gonna be bad. I got an echo from somebody. Who am I getting that echo? I'm getting it from Eric. Yeah.
You got YouTube on in the background.
My oh my, is the Epstein list the gift that just keeps on giving? Jackson Hinkle tweets out and he says, breaking, the brother of Jeffrey Epstein, Mark, told FBI that his brother was murdered and that Trump authorized it in a new release document that shows the truth. Baby, thank you, Pam Bondi, for allowing us to unredact all of these Epstein files that would have never seen the light of day. So on the...
That is so fucking hilarious. I told you, right? That all you have to do is copy and paste over into a notepad and the redactions are gone, baby.
February 22nd of 2023 at 6:24 Eastern Time, Mark Epstein, date of birth, cellular phone number, email, blah, 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 submits a tip to the FBI National Threat Operations Center regarding allegations of murder in Jeffrey Epstein's case. And the submitted text was, Jeffrey Epstein was murdered in his jail cell. I have reason to believe that he was killed because he was about to name names. I believe that President Trump authorized it. Let's take a break here for a second. Would this whole house of cards come crashing down? What would happen if we found out that that wasn't Epstein? Because when you look at those autopsy photos, that ain't Epstein. So instead of murdered, why don't we replace that with faked his death? What are the odds that Epstein's over in Tel Aviv right now, kicking it, sipping some cocktails with some homies in their underground bunkers, raping 14-year-old little girls that they have tied to beds? What would the odds be? What do you think the odds are? Drop some comments below. You think Epstein's still alive, or you think they cooked him? Drop them comments. We out. Peace.
Well,
So,
considering I haven't seen his corpse.
Hold on real quick. Rico, the link that you put in chat didn't take because you don't have a wrench, but
here, I'll get
type
it.
something else and I'll get or something and I'll give you a moderator thing. Or you can put it in the chat if you want to, Chad.
Yeah, I got it. Here, just a second.
No, but none of us have seen Jeffrey Epstein's corpse.
No, well, there was them wheeling him out on a gurney.
Oh,
when it first happened, but there was a lot of people looked at it and zoomed in, and he had the body that they were bringing out had connecting earlobes. In other words, the earlobes go right to the neck, whereas Jeffrey Epstein had disconnected earlobes, like kind of like how I got. And so it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was a stand-in body or something.
He just typed in chat, by the way.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Oh, there we go.
I mean, but you guys remember the movie Swordfish, maybe?
Oh, God, that's been a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. And what in that movie stood out to you?
Oh, man, I forget. I haven't watched that in so long.
Other than the hacksaw skills.
Is that the one with the John Travolta?
Yeah. Yes. And Hugh Jackman. All right. Yeah. The
For me,
point
it was Harry
was
Spitz and also the Claymore mine attached to people's bodies, and then just the general premise of it. But
yeah,
well, the main point I was making is that John Travolta in that movie had a body double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Misdirection.
I think they have several body doubles, you know? I think that there's like a lot of these people have, 3 or 4 duplicates. Because I tell you what, you look at him one day and then compare it to like a week ago, and you look at him and you're like, that ain't the same guy, man. What the hell?
Everybody remembers all the Bidens.
Mhm.
There was a ton of
like
Bidens.
the Biden today is not the Biden of yesteryear.
No
way.
In fact,
Like,
I noticed
we're
that
talking
post,
entirely different personality types.
I watched this movie the other night, and it was with it had Rob Reiner in it. He played the editor of Knight Ridder magazine or Knight Ridder News Service, and it was about the plans to go into Iraq and around the 9/11 and shit, and they were busting open the story about going, that they're making up the idea of weapons of mass destruction to go into Iraq before even anybody else knew and shit. And that it was all just a bunch of propaganda. And they ended up being, shown to be right. After time will tell, that's what happens. A lie can't stay a lie forever. That's just all there is to it. You can't do it. It'll eventually surface. We're seeing that right now. There's a record amount of people that are going bullshit on the moon landing. They kept that for 50 years. And there were still people even then, for the last 50 years that have been saying the moon landing's bullshit. They never went. I can remember when I was a little kid hearing adults talking about, yeah, but the divergent shadows and shit. And I got to looking at these photographs and I'm like, oh, that is kind of weird. So there was, it always ends up coming out. It always comes out, no matter what the lie is. We're seeing that with
It is interesting learning about people in your past who were more in tune with the truth.
Oh yeah.
Even though they didn't get recognition for it.
Yeah, so Dave, I recall that you said you're 60 right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so my parents are in their mid-70s,
Mhm.
and I was getting into flat Earth and all that kind of stuff, and the moon landing and all that kind of stuff, and I started bringing this up to my parents, and they said, "Oh yeah." As soon as it happened, a lot of people were calling it bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even born back then, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, people were calling it bullshit at the time, and have been calling it bullshit ever since then. And there's more and more evidence that's coming out in regards to how nonsensical and it's just a waste of money, essentially.
Yep.
And it's a psychological operation.
Oh, absolutely. It's well, you know, and this is what people that weren't around, they only know by what they are shown. And so, like, let's take the JFK assassination. We're told that the whole country was in mourning. That's not true at all. There were a lot of people that when that news broke on the news that they cheered. There was a lot of people that cheered. There were people that fucking hated Kennedy. A lot of people. You know, this apothecation they've made of Kennedy that he was, you know, everybody loved him. That's not true at all. He was as much hated as he was loved.
The first Catholic president.
Yeah. So you got to take into account, like right now, what would happen given everything we know and are finding out now even more of if somebody did assassinate Trump. Do you think that there would be people that would cheer?
Well, the thing is, Trump is not a JFK.
Well, they're trying to make him out like one.
Yeah,
They sure
may be
are.
leaning towards that, but he's still not.
Come on, they got
No, he isn't.
people actually believing that God sent him.
I know.
Come on.
It's ridiculous.
God sent him.
They were putting their hands on him. Did you see that one where they were putting his hands on him? And yeah.
I'm an evangelist pastor to some. I mean,
a cartoon I saw. He says it said God Donald Trump was sent by God. And the other guy said, why? Was he out of locusts?
Imagine.
Well, I don't know if you guys heard my joke earlier last week about Trump and Obama and Hillary Clinton.
You what now?
I don't remember.
It's just a joke. Okay, so Trump, Hillary Clinton, and Obama, they all die. And they are standing before God's throne. And God asks Hillary to, like, why do you deserve to sit at my side? And she gives him, like, some bullshit, like, oh, feminism, whatever. Then she asks Obama, like, why do you deserve at my right side of my throne, kind of thing. And he gives whatever. Oh yeah, human rights, whatever. So then from there, he asks Trump, "Why do you believe you can sit beside me?" He says, "You're in my fucking seat."
You know, I can't think of anything quite as cringe as when people sit there singing their own praises. Somebody's sitting there telling me how great they are, how wonderful they are, and how they're the best at this and that and the other and shit. I'm just like, what a fucking ass. I've just always been brought up, you don't sing your own praises, man. It's just be humble, you know, try to be humble at least. Like he never can miss an opportunity to be congratulatory. He never will miss an opportunity to do that. Even in the wake of all this bullshit, he comes on and then wants to talk about how great he is.
I'm
It's
the
like,
greatest. What I'm doing is better than anybody's ever done in history.
Yeah, nobody's ever done it as good as me, blah, blah, blah.
You guys
And it's
think-
always this bullshit.
Has he ever cooked a meal for himself? Or
No. He can't even open a car door.
No, but just asking, like, ever?
Did you see him when he went to go get in that garbage truck that they made up? Somebody had to come up and show him how to open the door.
He's been a made man since birth, just like his kids are.
Like, this is called a window. This is called a handle.
Oh yeah, his whole thing I showed it the other night about groceries. He's going on about fucking groceries. He just learned about groceries. He didn't know a fucking thing about groceries.
But don't worry, he's a Republican, so you have to vote for him.
He's a Republican about as much as my dog is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I threw 3 links in the back. If it catches your fancy, anything hits your eye, have fun.
Oh, well, all right. Well, I want to get some more into this redactions because I can't believe anybody be that fucking stupid.
Redactions? What are you talking about? That is the info. All the black spots,
dude. The black spots come off.
That's what really happened. It's just nothing. Nothing happened.
That's not the first government document that I've come across that you can do that. I mean, these are government employees. They're not smart.
No.
Military intelligence is an oxymoron. These people are stupid.
But it's funny as shit. People copy the text under the black and paste it into a like a notepad, and bam, everything's there. Names, everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
I've got
all we
ones
have
where
to
you
do
can
is-
actually delete it. You can actually go into a specific PDF editor, select the boxes, and just press delete, and they're gone.
Jesus. See, this is the thing too, is that this has got names of both victims and perpetrators, and these names can be cross-referenced now. So buckle up. This will be fun. When nothing happens, you're going to see people lose their shit. People are going to lose their shit. They ain't going to give a fuck about procedure or nothing else. This is going to be really bad because the names are coming out. And it's, going right along with like allegations that have been made. Do you know how many people Trump has paid off to keep their mouth shut?
Oh, shit ton.
Yeah,
every woman he's ever come across, anybody he's ever dated, anybody he's ever married, pretty much everybody he's ever run across has been paid off at some point, or a NDR.
The problem is
an NDA, a non-disclosure, and you definitely can't tell anybody about my little dick.
Who's going to be, what entity or institution is going to be dragging these people? And there's a huge number of them, from federal to their franchises in the state of blah, 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 and county of, this constitutional sheriff nonsense, that Sheriff Mack bullshit. What a controlled opposition. These sheriffs have been bought for since the commercial prison industrial complex. There ain't no constitutional sheriff.
I heard this cool story about where these government officials had started getting completely out of fucking control. The people got sick of it. And they didn't bother taking them to court. They didn't bother doing none of that shit, man. They just tied them to a fucking post and they tarred and feathered them, man. They tarred and feathered them. Some of them, they just put a rope around their neck and took care of business.
That's
the organization that's going to have to do it. That's who.
How can we bring that back? Is that like a legal thing we can probably petition for?
Well, it's never been legal. What are you talking about?
Exactly. It's
how to make it legal?
How to make what legal?
Tar and feathering.
Oh, I don't know, man.
I guess go to your local sheriff.
It lines up with natural law. You fuck around,
you find
out. Okay.
Yeah.
The sheriff, they like to say, back to blue, fuck around and find out. No, it's going to be flipped. Fuck around and find out.
The sheriff thing, they're just order followers. They understand the chain of command, and basically they'll just follow orders or whatever they're told.
It's the highest office in the land. The sheriff. The sheriff is the most powerful political figure that there is. They're supposed
Except there aren't any because they were militarized. Because originally a sheriff has the sheriff and he deputizes people. He doesn't have corporals and lieutenants that are running all the jails in that country under the Uniform Commercial Code and all that shit. There ain't no lieutenant in a. What is this rank insignia that the sheriff has? It's not. It's a military unit.
Yep.
No, not quite. Ryan and Dave can probably, your son, Ryan.
No, he's not far off the mark at all. He's really not far off the mark. The sheriff is supposed to be, like, for instance, the county sheriff can go in and just arrest the president.
Yeah.
Right. Sheriffs are allowed to do that. They can also arrest governors.
Well, like he was just saying, they can deputize all the citizens to, you know,
right.
then go.
But look at historically, look at the old movies. You had the sheriff, and then he had his deputy sidekick. You didn't have corporals and lieutenants, but you go to your county, get locked up. What do you got in there? Captain, sergeant, corporal.
They do the same thing in biker gangs also.
Yeah.
In police departments. Police departments have the same thing, lieutenant, corporal, sergeant.
Something interesting about this is that sheriffs are able to arrest other police officers.
Yes.
And they're able to also arrest government officials, governors, and the president. But I don't know if that's ever happened with the president.
No,
I highly doubt it ever had. But either way, that's the difference between sheriffs and police officers. Sheriffs actually have to swear an oath to the Constitution, and police officers don't. They're just driving around.
Dan MC 1979, you are on point, my man. You are on point. There is no limits that they will go to. They have no limits when it comes to trying to save in their own asses. They will start World War III. Well, hell, it's already World War III. Let's face it. How many different conflicts do we have going around right now around the world?
I don't know if I can count anymore.
It's a lot.
Probably all of them.
There's a lot. You got Sudan. You got shit going on all over in Africa. You got shit going on in Ukraine. You got Poland getting ready to mix into the fight. NATO's
China and Taiwan.
Shit with fucking Russia,
Has
Taiwan, and China.
Korea's never ended.
No, that's just a ceasefire.
Yeah.
That's all that is, a ceasefire agreement. That war has never been ended.
Everywhere we've been to war, in Iraq as an example, in Kuwait, where I was.
Israel. Yeah. Israel and Australia.
India and China and Taiwan. It goes on.
We still have bases there. We built airfields and landing pads, and the generators are still there, and we still deploy there. Not super often, but they're still there.
Oh, look at the symbolism they use. They put that eagle up there. It goes right back to Rome, the Nazis, Egypt, these Pharisees. Okay, it's a bird of prey. There's nothing beautiful. Oh, look at that! It's a beautiful little. No, that's a bird of prey. It's there to kill you.
Yep. Yeah.
So, Dave, you titled this particular stream "Liars Exposed."
Yeah.
What? If you were, I'm going to question right now. Who do you think are the biggest liars?
Who do I think what?
Are the biggest liars, and how? Well, the biggest liars, most commonly exposed liars.
Oh, well, that would definitely be your mainstream media to start with. I mean, they're the most commonly exposed. They're constantly having to cover their ass and go back on what they say and everything else like that. But I would say that that's the nature of our political system is dishonesty. It's what our system is. It's nothing but a huge fucking dishonest mistake. I mean, if you see these people on TV and they're in office, they're a fucking liar.
Well, what is politics? Some people say politics, but
well, it's not just politics; it's also communication. I mean, how much of war depends on communication?
Well, they don't want that communication so much as they want
right.
war.
No. So they're at war with like our own basic communication.
I don't understand.
They don't like us saying what we do.
Well, no, that's why they brought some Jew in to be the anti-Semite guard to censor people and shit into the government. They're going to have a ministry of truth.
Even if you have no history of being an anti-Semite. Yeah, I get it.
I don't care. I volunteer to be an anti-Semite. Go ahead and label me that. ADL, if you're listening, put me down. label me as an anti-Semite. I am a proud anti-Semite. Okay.
I would actually say the same thing. Like, oh, I'm anti-language and culture of a Mediterranean.
No, but the point is, they're trying to
What
let
is?
people that aren't anti-Semite
Yeah.
in
Why do we-
that group
why-
of
why do we even let
anti-Semites,
them-
which is still
Well,
not true.
the problem is this: it's a nonsense fucking word, and I think that's what Andrew's point was. And I see it as a nonsense word. In fact, they've used it so much and overused it to the point where nobody fucking cares. Okay, nobody cares. That's why all the time I'll have somebody say, "What, are you anti-Semite?" I say, "Well, okay."
It's a
I don't
stupid
care.
word. Anything with anti put on it, like, oh, are you anti-war? What does that even mean? No, I'm peaceful.
Who invented all these fucking isms anyway?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Who invented all? Oh, I know. It was these small hats.
Jaren. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, he's not a Jew, so
It was a joke, but anyway.
He's close.
I don't know. It's all in
Sort
the
of.
company. It's all
Well,
in the
it's an
it's all in the
Italian
company
thing,
you
I
keep,
guess.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's Duffy. Oh shit.
Snake tongue bitch.
Yeah, he kind of dropped out. He's gone.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Apparently, he retired from fucking the internet.
Everything.
He probably went to fucking prison.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I would.
You know, that's
Like,
more realistic to it because that was pretty abrupt. Boom.
He's
Well,
probably.
if I were in
lawsuit.
Duffy's shoes,
He's
you know,
probably
I would be expecting like 10 years of prison, maybe 7.5 years in total. You know, provided you're doing good time.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
Do you think that the money that was used to go to TFE was the money that he was involved with misgivings with whoever investment money that he got?
No.
That it was some
think
kind of
that those-
funneling operation?
I think those accounts were frozen. I believe that this was government funded. I believe
NASA.
that there was somebody funded it. Okay.
Like all the proceeds they got to keep.
The Jerusalem Post.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? Jerusalem Post. Okay. But you know, the thing is that whole thing, they just shot themselves in the foot. I mean, it's funny as shit. You get a globetard on Facebook will post something from TFE. You know, here's proof that the Earth is a globe, and you look, and it's just people laughing at it. You know, there's like a couple of thumbs up, and then the comments from the usual few, and then the rest you just see these laugh emojis, like everybody's going, "Fuck you." You know, you actually created more flat earthers by your dishonesty.
Well, it is kind of coincidental since the Epstein files are just about been dropped that all of a sudden Will Duffy went away. I don't know. Just saying.
Is it a coincidence? Could be. Maybe not. Who knows? Something to look into. Because I have a theory about some of these flat earth haters.
Yeah.
And why they do what they do.
It is interesting, right?
What's that?
So it is interesting, right?
Yeah, it is. Just like
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
There's a new term out there by, well, especially one character called Dusty Nemos. Dustin Nemos. This guy's a real, yeah. And so now it's biblical Earth. He went from the Nathan Oakley debate, then he was the king of Q, MAGA, and now he's against Trump, and now he's this Jesus freak, and selling this this biblical Earth.
Yeah.
Now, what is this a new trend? This biblical Earth?
Well, it's a better term. I think.
Well, I've heard that before, but I mean, what matters is the direction the person is taking it, I suppose.
I guess it's saying that the Earth or whatever this realm is only a few thousand years old or something. Pretty much when the Bible, like it didn't exist before.
But it's still pretty much saying that Earth is still a flat stationary plane, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he's saying it's, but now it's called, now this thing is biblical Earth.
It's really not that new. It's been around for a while. It's been around for a while now. And it's because they go by scripture, what the scripture says about it, as well as what's actually going on. You know, what we actually see. what we've been able to determine.
Well, and it's like what Scripture does is just testify about the earth and water, about what we see.
See, these people get the idea that people are flat earthers because of the Bible. That's like not the case with me and several others that I know. The case is that we found out that we were lied to. We figured out that we were on a level, stationary, topographical plane contained within a dynamic fluid pressure system. And you know what's really cool is the Bible happens to agree with what we found.
It just so happens, yes, it does.
Yeah, you know, the Bible just happens to agree with what I.
Yeah, like that's a coincidence.
Now, I think using that term though, because the devil's pretty wily, and he's got it to this point in time right now where people are actually turned away from things as soon as you bring up the Bible. You know, what are
Real
you
quick.
doing, Aaron? Are you
Someone,
breaking
yeah,
glass?
stop doing dishes.
Real quick, Sav, are you starting to see what I'm seeing now? The echo chamber?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. Because now you start to see it. You see the patterns now in all of them. Do you see how they go? Do you see how it starts? Do you see do you see the patterns of how they think and how they stop thinking and how they redirect and how they
the playbook is pretty small. Like, you know, Trump came, the Trump administration. Okay, fentanyl's a WMD. Oh, we're going to go back in this WMD thing again. Well, we know what that always leads to. So,
fentanyl did 9/11.
Well, you know, here's the thing about that too. Now, this is why people are retarded. So they say, oh, well, fentanyl has killed so many Americans, right? Okay. Did somebody from Venezuela or anywhere else for that matter, did they land ashore and sneak around and forcibly inject people with this drug that killed them? No. Here's what really happened was a person was out looking for this drug and they went through some less than reputable people to try to find this substance. Now, no crime in that because there's no victim. So he found someone and he made a transaction with that person. So we had two consenting adults that agreed to a transaction where no one was injured, right? It was all voluntary. That person then took that substance and decided to inject it into his body, knowing full well the risk of doing such a thing. And they overdosed and died. They died by their own hand. Okay. So what are you going to do if somebody offs herself with a pistol? Are we going to hold the pistol company responsible for it? What are we going to do if somebody tries to cut their wrist with a razor blade? Are we going to go after Gillette? Okay. So this is just stupid, calling them narco terrorists. Secondly, fentanyl doesn't come from fucking Venezuela. It comes from China and comes up through Mexico. Okay. Usually in somebody's ass. Okay. But that's, that's where it's really coming from. This is all just, he thinks you're stupid. That you're going to believe this dumb shit and that it's not about the oil. When he goes right out there in the middle of the fucking ocean and steals their tankers full of oil and says, we're not giving it back.
Well, it's actually coming out that there's a thing called the Fort Bragg Mafia in the U.S. Marine Corps base. My experience is actually, it's not even the CIA that is the biggest. See, it's always the CIA. Isn't it funny how all the conspiracy channels for decades, they'll talk about the CIA, the Mossad. Nobody ever touches the U.S. No, it's the U.S. military. They
never touched the Office of Naval Intelligence either, the ONI. They very rarely talk about the NSA.
What'd you say about Fort Bragg being a Marine? What?
Oh yeah, it's coming out. Fort Bragg is
Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
But anyway, nonetheless, go ahead.
Hired contract killers. Operation Glad. They're killers. They're psychopaths. All these special units, SEAL team, these guys are they're as bad as the French Foreign Legion, if not worse.
Yeah. Hi, people unite. Oh, I was trying to figure out what that word was.
They found a lot of mercenaries in Ukraine. I've seen tons of videos of them finding people from United States, France, South America. A lot of South Americans, big time, like tons and tons.
It's way better pay, man. It's a way better pay grade.
There's a lot of Reddit warriors there too.
Man,
how's all the noise?
I don't know. Anyway.
So can you see me? The most important document dropped in the massive document drop of Epstein files overnight was the fact that there are 10 co-conspirators that the Department of Justice investigated. Multiple documents confirm internal emails between FBI, U.S. attorneys, etc., discussing, investigating, and subpoenaing 10 co-conspirators to Epstein and Maxwell. The public deserves to know why these 10 co-conspirators were never indicted. It's also significant given the fact that earlier this year, in a memo, Pam Bondi, this Department of Justice, said that there was no evidence to suggest that any third party could be criminally charged. Well, the Department of Justice believed that there was at least evidence to investigate possible co-conspirators. We don't know their names. There are 10 of them. And I think that the public deserves to know who those 10 people are, and the public deserves to know why they were not charged by this Department of Justice. Spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free. Follow along for all the news you need to know about.
One of those that was subpoenaed was Mar-a-Lago, which we'll find out. Oh yeah, is this the one I just played? Yeah, it is. Where was I at? Oh yeah, a limo driver. Okay, yeah, the thing with the limo. We grab that. There we go.
There have been some crazy things that we have found in the Epstein files, but this right here might be the darkest. This is from a limo driver who had met Trump in the 1990s, and he alleges that Donald Trump raped a young girl along with Jeffrey Epstein. The victim was then encouraged to go to the police, to which she replied, quote, "I can't because they will kill me." The victim did eventually report it to the police, but she was found a while later with her, quote, head blown off. And the police officers on scene stated that there was no way it was a suicide, even though the coroner ruled it as such. Like, what the actual hell is going on here? And why are we not doing anything about it? Okay, we got to let these guys know that this does not end until people, these gross, disgusting people, all go to jail.
Well, I did the same thing with who was the one in the Obama era, the one that did coke with him, supposedly, allegedly in the limo and blew him. Remember? And
yeah. That what was his name? His name was Larry.
Yeah, Larry something. I forget his last name though.
Starts with an S.
And
I can't think of it
same thing happened to him. He started talking, and all of a sudden,
Sinclair?
dead. Larry Sinclair. There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Sinclair. Which is that's a surname of one of the Illuminati families, right?
Yeah,
Sinclair 6.
Yeah, man. But yeah, this is the thing about Mar-a-Lago. Anyway, I gotta go bathroom. Be right back.
This is not a rumor. This is a subpoena. A newly released batch of Epstein files reveals that Mar-a-Lago was formally subpoenaed during the federal investigation into Ghislaine Maxwell. Let that sink in. Prosecutors don't subpoena properties unless they believe relevant evidence may exist there. Documents, communication, visitor records, or witnesses. For years, Trump has claimed that he cut ties with Epstein early and that his properties had nothing to do with Epstein or his horrendous crimes. But a federal subpoena tells a very different story. This means Mar-a-Lago was considered potentially relevant to one of the biggest sex trafficking investigations of all time. Not gossip, not politics, but a criminal probe led by the Justice Department. And once again, this information wasn't volunteered. It surfaced only because more Epstein records are finally becoming public. So when people ask why transparency matters, this is why. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Follow me for more.
Shit's coming out, man.
Well, it should.
Yes, it should. Oh yeah, so now that Israel's losing so much support here in the United States, they're going to start being a tick on Israel, on China.
Isn't this a strange headline from IsraelNationNews.com? As the West dies, Israel's future lies with rising Asia. Wow. 77-year history of Israel's diplomatic alliances with the West appears to be ending. And increasingly, we see that we have disturbingly little in common with the dying West. So now they're going to try to be a parasite on Asia. Isn't that amazing? So the West was thriving. And then Israel becomes a leech on the West, sucks it dry, kills it, and says, oh, we've destroyed our host. It's time to find a new one. Isn't that amazing? What an admission. What an absolutely stunning admission. You killed the West, you sucked the West to death like a parasite, and now you're moving on to Asia. You know what? I don't think they want you.
Yeah. It'll be the opposite. China will suck them dry.
Yeah, actually,
that's what'll happen.
Look at the cartoon, The Monkey King or The Journey West. It's classic literature. They talk about the name stealers, and the Orlinda book thought these Silk Road scumbags are name stealers, and the Chinese have known about these parasites for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chinese, say what you want, but they have a bit more long-term memory than your average United States public education system buffoon.
But Israel is a free and democratic nation.
Is it? I don't know.
Is that what that is?
They claim to be secular on one hand, but then it's supposed to be a Jew. How does that work? We're a secular democracy, but you got to be Jewish.
Whatever's convenient at the time.
Just like the U.S. district courts. Oh, we're a secular system, but right there you got canon law. Well, what the fuck's that doing there? That's religious law. What do you mean you're secular? You have judicial canons.
Well, let's see how free and democratic they are. Here's a top 10 list for their laws.
So people ask what occupation actually looks like, and it's not always tanks and bombs. Sometimes it's mental obstacles you need to navigate every single day. Because I gotta tell you, they have so many ridiculous laws that just work against them on purpose and by design. Here are my top 10. So, number 1. Under Military Order 101, Palestinians in the West Bank can be arrested for displaying their own flag without permission. So when the flag is actually banned, Palestinians turn to watermelon colors, which leads me to number 2. Now, even when you're showing a watermelon, you can get arrested. Number 3. Under Israeli planning and zoning laws, if your home is damaged, you need permission from your occupier to repair it. So without that permit, your house can be completely demolished. And here's the thing, those permits are almost never approved. Number 4, Military Order 158 puts every well, pipe, or water system under military control. You can't touch any water without approval. Number 5, under the same order, you can't even build water installations or collect rainwater for your own home. So putting out a bowl to drink some water, completely illegal. Number 6, in Gaza, the naval blockade sets invisible fishing lines. So if you're a fisherman and you cross it, your boat can be seized. You could also be arrested or murdered. Number 7, Military Order 101 criminalizes education, so teaching Palestinian history is labeled as incitement and is completely illegal. Number 8, in Area C, Palestinians are denied permits to fence their own land. Why? Leaving the property wide open so if a settler or the military wants to enter, they can. Number 9, military regulations lets authorities confiscate printed posters and materials, even if they're historical ones printed from 100 years ago, calling them hostile propaganda. And finally, number 10, communication between Gaza and the West Bank is heavily controlled. So any phone call is monitored, restricted, or blocked. Even family conversations are completely under surveillance. There you have it. That's my top 10. This isn't about security. It's about control over land, history, identity, and daily life. End the occupation, free Palestine.
Yeah, they were put in there, and they were put in there to do exactly what they're doing now.
What's ironic is a lot of those legal codes and statutes and military orders exist there in the United States as well. You can't collect rainwater in a lot of places. You can't, I don't know, put up a Nazi flag. See how far that gets. They'll figure out something.
Somebody was offended.
Yeah.
What's left of Palestine to free is what I'd like to know at this point.
Not much.
It's gonna be taken over by the people that are supposedly not occupying them, if it hasn't already.
This AI
is bullshit. Oh, sorry.
I tell you what, there's some creative shit coming out of this because this is really interesting to watch. Because look at the people that Jeffrey Epstein takes selfies with. Okay, this is crazy. You have. Oh, I don't trust.
It could be a spoonful of diamond.
Oh, just to let y'all know, I, for the first time ever in my life, watched Home Alone. Wasn't all that great. I mean, it was okay, but you know.
What inspired you to do that?
No.
No.
What it came across on my feed, you know, on my I forget what it was on.
Did McCulkin just die? Did I see? I don't look at news
as far
much.
as I know.
I
thought
didn't
I
hear
saw
anything.
something that he died 50.
Fucking dude looks like he died a long time ago, man. Wormy looking thing, man.
Spoon of your precious love, satisfy my soul. A man lies about a little.
Oh, there's
some up cries about a little.
Oh, Kevin Spacey.
Some up dies about a little.
I don't know who that is. Looks like a dude. Oh, there we go down into the basement.
That wasn't Soros's kid, wasn't it? Maybe not.
Oh, it might have been. There's Pam Blondie.
Bondi.
That's right, Bondi. We got school down there. Lex Wexner. This dude's like Oprah. Oh no, Ellen.
Ellen.
Look, this is really well done, though. Stephen Hawking. Let's take you up in a 0G plane and throw you around a little bit. All right.
Sean Hawkins.
Good God. Sean Hawking. Oh my God! Look at who's he with? Is that Ted Cruz?
David Blaine. I couldn't see them all. Is that Spielberg? I'm not sure. It's.
Oh my God! Look at that.
It's all of them.
I guess this is Bezos, Amazon. Was this some Amazon guy? What is this?
That's P. Diddy.
Looks like he's in the Amazon thing. Oh.
I think it was P. Diddy and Amazon gear.
Teen Miss USA backstage. Oh no, look at the whole fucking Congress. Yes. Oh, there's Ghislaine. Oh, there's Jared and
they should have had him turn into a lizard at the end.
that would have been good.
Sam White, what's that? Weinstein?
Yeah, Weinstein. Some kind of Steens and Bergs. Do they have kosher jail food? I don't know.
Yeah, this is pretty creepy. How these? I mean, I don't know how anybody can be prosecuted. I mean, look, you're on video of chopping off a head. Are you sure?
Oh my God! All right, so the FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr announced that they will be hiring a bias monitor at CBS who would report directly to the president.
Wasn't that exactly like what they were accusing Biden's administration of doing? And then they pretty much just did the exact same thing. They all do it. It just goes back and forth between them. They project on each other.
We heard a little bit about what they're going to do different on 60 Minutes. Is there anything beyond that you could tell us about what they're going to do differently, fact-based? That's kind of a cultural shock to them. It's going to be.
Yeah, it might be news to some folks over there. One of the things they're going to have to do is put an ombudsman in place for 2 years. So basically a bias monitor that will report directly to the president. So that's something that's significant that we're going to see happening in broadcasters.
Wait a fucking minute. CBS, this guy is a bias monitor. Who's going to hire him? CBS is going to hire him, or is it going to be a government position?
Here we go
What's
again.
What's the salary for this job? And really, like, what are your daily duties? Do you have to be there 9 to 5? Do you get a benefits? I mean, what is this? Is a job?
I assume a government position, because that's how they fudge all the numbers when they say that the jobs are up and stuff like that. And it's because they're giving out all these newly opened up government jobs to people instead of like actual jobs that they're taking away from the rest of the people.
Yeah. It never gets smaller, Cubby.
No.
Oh, Lord.
Lo and behold, guess who's back in the news again? Oh, Epstein and your boy Donnie. So the DOJ releases 30,000 pages of Epstein investigative files referencing Trump. 30,000 pages. Okay? The U.S. Department of Justice released nearly 30,000 pages from its Jeffrey Epstein's probe, including FBI tips and emails under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. One stands out is a report from a Dallas area limo driver claiming that he overheard Trump mentioning Jeffrey Epstein and abusing some girls in the 1990s, plus a woman's allegation of rape by Trump and Epstein. The DOJ called it untrue, sensationalist, and lacking credibility with no victim named or death confirmed. I don't know where they get death at, but anyways, other files feature flight logs showing Trump on Epstein's jet 7 times in the 1990s without island trips, and a questionable letter from Epstein to Larry Nassar, and hundreds of Trump mentions in various contexts. No new charges emerge, continuing a pattern of old, uncorroborated claims amid split public reactions. I don't know. None of this sits right with me. But do you remember when that story broke about how Melania was introduced to Trump by Epstein? And then there was a book written about it. And then the book was actually published, and then lawsuits were filed. And then that page had to get like ripped out of the book or something crazy, but it was already published. I don't know. Check this story out.
A new book was published yesterday in the US and UK entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York. It's by a British journalist by the name of Andrew Loney. And it's about the pathetic life of Prince Andrew, but it is also about his connection to Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, and Melania Trump. And in fact, it contains a passage in which Epstein is quoted, and this is from an interview apparently in 2007, where he says that he had sex with Melania a full year before Donald Trump commenced his relationship with Melania. Now, the hardcover copy of the book was widely available yesterday, and it contains that passage. But the ebook and the audio book, which were also released yesterday, do not contain that passage. So what happened here is that between the printing and the distribution of the book and its release is that Melania Trump started to send threatening legal letters to anyone who might connect her directly to Jeffrey Epstein. So the publishers, I mean, and this is hard to figure out exactly what they believe they have accomplished here, but clearly they published the book and clearly had it vetted by lawyers and decided it was legally sound. But then, in the face of Melania Trump's threats, they ran and hide. I mean, it's kind of ostrich-like to think that they could put the book out and that the book can, the printed book can contain one thing and the other versions another, but that's not the point. The point is just panic. So we're at this moment in time when this information about Epstein and Trump and the Trumps is coming out, and yet at the same time, the White House is doing everything to stop it from coming out. And this is certainly an example in which they are succeeding.
See, they have been running cover hard. And I think that's playing hard on Trump too. Because he looks haggard.
Looks tired.
He does. That worry and stress. And I think about this. And now, oh my God, I can only imagine how he's reacting now that people are able to unredact it. They were doing that shit. They were redacting that shit right up here in Winchester, Virginia. Just north of me. They spent all that time. That was back, shit, about a month or so ago. They had those in Winchester. They were talking about they're going to release them. They have a deadline and all this other shit. And they were working around the clock to try to redact this. And this is the best they could fucking do. All you have to do is copy and paste. Wow. What a bunch of fucking dipshits. You know? Well, you got to be. How do you get yourself into that fucking mess to begin with? You know?
Yeah.
And how dare you? Oh my God. To try to do the shit that they're doing to keep it from people, you know, and this is just it right here. This is where people are going to lose their shit when they start seeing the names. And this is, like I said, this is some new information about being able to unredact everything. There's thousands of pages people are going over right now. And they're finding out some horrific shit that these fucking cats were involved in. Not, and it, you know, it above the molestation of underage girls and boys. Above
crazy
that.
shit.
Yeah, I'm talking about some really dark, evil shit, man.
Plus the midterms are coming up.
Yeah.
And
the
midterms ain't looking good.
No.
A lot of people are having buyer's remorse. I seen a thing the other day, but I didn't save the link.
It was meant to be that way.
But you know, this is the thing, God damn it. This is what I've been trying to tell people. Just because you realize that the cyanide is poison doesn't mean that the arsenic's okay to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay? There's the thing. Both sides are poison. There's no fucking difference. Both sides are poison. Democulans and Republicrats. They're no different. They're all grifting goddamn criminals, and all of them are diddling kids. Okay? That's what y'all need. And if they ain't, they're covering for somebody who is.
Yep.
So that as far as I'm concerned, they're all fucking guilty. Somebody could blow that damn place up right now with all of them in it, and I wouldn't give a shit one.
And this may sound old school, but like even the TV itself is like programmed along the same way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's not just federal. Look at this. What was it? Down that sheriff that walked into that little sniveling Jew judge and blew him blew them away on
Yeah.
on camera. But
Yeah.
then it comes to find out they were running they were all in on it. So the
Yep.
whole sheriff's thing in the jail. This is a red, conservative, bless America County.
Well, did you hear where
just
the Grinder app, the server damn near crashed when they had their TPUSA event?
Yeah.
That ain't no shit. That ain't no shit.
You know when they have the Super Bowl or any of the big sports events, whenever they have the big sports events, all the escort services and
Trafficking.
all the trafficking goes insane. All of the police activity goes crazy because that's when people are there and they want booty. So
the Super Bowl is supposed to be one of the biggest trafficking days of the year.
Lo and behold.
But no, it's pure Americana. God bless America and the red, white, and blue. But really, what's going on? Yeah. Okay.
So the other thing I saw was that I saw the link the other day, but I didn't save it, and now I forgot what I did with it. Was that the searches? There's record numbers of searches now of people looking at third-party stuff. That they say the searches it's off the scale. Pre-midterms that people are now suddenly saying screw the both of these people and starting to look at third parties.
Yeah.
Libertarian Party was one of the ones that was searched out the most because it's really, when you type in third parties, it's normally the first thing that shows up. So
yeah, but it needs to be decentralized. DC just needs to go. The state capitals and we just got to localize your.
Well, the thing is I'm using that as a metric just so that way you can, to think that people are starting to see it now. That's why you're seeing this search thing change, because now people are starting to see that both of these people are scumbags, and I don't want anything to do with neither one of them. And let's look and see if there's anything else. So now people are starting to realize that, okay, I did that left thing. That didn't work. That sucked. I did this right thing. That sucks.
The problem is they'll catch on to that too, and they'll infiltrate those parties. And
of course they do.
There's never going to be a good party. Go ahead.
Look what they did. They infiltrated the what do you call it? Libertarian, the Tea Party.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you're right. At least people are now looking into it,
starting to see it more.
Yeah. We're seeing that they can't trust these people at all.
I don't know. This is new to me.
And to be honest, or not just to be honest, like I'm not already, but a point is like the Tea Party, the libertarians. It's like they're actually more widespread than the mainstream media gives them credit for. Big time.
Yeah. This state has the most registered libertarians in the country.
Well, they're selected, not elected. It doesn't matter what party they come from.
Right. No, when you get to that point about, voting, when we can't trust the actual voting process,
Grinder con.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just talking about like the general population. Like there's a lot more people who love our country and then don't agree with what our country is doing.
Yeah.
Than it's given credit for. Mm-hmm.
But it's not a country, like Dave and people say. It's a corporation.
Yeah.
It's more like 50 countries within one.
We're all turned into a corporation.
I get it.
That makes me think of a song, Truth Sensei. It makes me think of the song. It says, clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle.
Steelers wheel.
Man. Name another song that they did.
I can't.
I know, it's the same. You ever wonder about like these one-hit wonders? And they sounded like they was good, right? And then you never hear nothing. I wonder if they're like somebody who didn't take the ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They didn't sell their whole soul, huh?
Yeah. I wonder about that sometimes.
Because
every time it's like you look at just. Now I know that this isn't direct evidence or anything else like that, but you take a look at these stars and shit that happens in their lives, right? Like Eric Clapton, he was big in the 60s and up into the 70s, and then he kind of tapered off, He was with Cream. He was with the Yardbirds. He played with, famous guitarist. Really good, right?
Delaney and
And he
Bonnie.
kind of tapered off. Then his kid fell out the window and died. And he makes a platinum album.
Tears
in Heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, Sacrifice? I don't know. You take a look at who's the Christmas bitch that sings? Mariah
Carey.
You know?
Was it her sister and mom or something like that?
Yeah. And it's like all these people, they have somebody, I think, who was it admitted? He actually said his mom was sacrificed. Was it Kanye?
Kanye West, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's a big part of it. Who else? John Travolta's son. He died tragically. Autistic kid. It's all this shit.
And Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. His cousin's a good friend of mine.
I'll be back. What?
Sylvester Stallone, his cousin.
Oh.
No, Sylvester Stallone's son.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that Sylvester Stallone's cousin is a friend of mine.
Oh, okay, sure.
Anyway.
No, but yeah, no, he just kind of died abruptly.
Yeah. Jet, wasn't that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that Travolta's kid's name?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was some weird name.
It's really weird. And I've also heard that in lieu of sacrifice, if they trans their kid, it's like doing the same thing.
Oh,
Samantha
yeah.
Fox.
Samantha
Fox's kids.
Yeah, that might. Well, there's a lot of them, man. A lot of these Hollywood people, their kids are trans.
You're going to want to know about this one. Trigger warning, huge trigger warning. How is Contact known? He was orchestrating a deal along with my uncle where different men and a few women and girls would come to a variety of boats and yachts and pay to force me to do blank with them when I was 13 and pregnant. So you see right here, Donald Trump, age 70. It says how Contact is known. He participated regularly in paying money to force me to blank with him. And he was present when my uncle, my newborn child, and disposed of the body in Lake Michigan. Trump was present when her newborn child was by her uncle and thrown into Lake Michigan. Let's see how long this lasts before they pull it down.
And it turned into the merman and came back.
Listen, this is the type of sick fucking people we're dealing with here, man. And that's just one little snippet out of their lives right there. One little snippet. Can you imagine? That would be like the most horrific thing I ever witnessed. And here they are. Just like it's nothing. Like it's fucking nothing. Now they're going to name a class of ship after Trump.
He wants to get his names on everything he can before he gets out of there.
People are making fun of that right
name
here.
a military base after him.
I think they should name it to his real name, Drumpf.
Yeah.
Why don't they go put his name on that building out at Epstein Island?
Wanting to have a gold.
Let's name that after him.
Here's a rendition of one of the ships now. Craig could go be a radar. Well, he could do anything on that ship. He's done like every job in the Navy.
Comes with a wooden leg.
What is this here? I demanded that Megyn Kelly make a phone. Oh, all right. Well, let's see what Ryan Mott is on this shit, man. Hard.
Once you put on that Witsit vest, you get the powers that go with it.
The Witsit vest.
The Witsit hoodie, the sleeveless hoodie.
Wonder where's Witsit ain't doing nothing anymore.
No, I haven't seen one shit lately.
He's doing all that TikTok and all that other shit.
No wonder I haven't. That's why I'm not on any of those things. I don't even have to see them then.
They're all grifting over there because they can make money.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I'm at a point now where these idiots like on Facebook, they'll show some shit, their claims of curvature and shit. And I say, well, I'm sorry, your misinterpretation of what you're looking at doesn't change the fact that water will not convex. Water remains level. Okay. So there's that. I can understand at first you'd go, oh, maybe we're on a cylinder because the horizon's flat, but it must be going like this all in one direction or something along those lines. But no, if you've had any experience in life at all, you know that water is always level. Okay, unless it's disturbed, but it won't remain in these fantastical shapes. Do you know why? Because fluids don't have shapes. Fluids don't have shapes. They take the shape of the container. Yeah. Whether it's water or alcohol or air or acetylene or any other fluid. Okay, that's just all there is to it. So I'm sorry, you don't have a working model at all, despite what you think you see. The reality is in the physics. And this is axiomatic, baby. Until you can successfully demonstrate a specific volume of gases without a physical container, then shut the fuck up about going to space and shit. None of it's happening. You're not on a globe. It's never going to be that. I don't care how incel fantasies you have about fucking green Martian bitches. It's never going to happen, dude. Okay? So grow up.
Here's the real kicker. The pressure, the PSI is actually measured if you type in pressure on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It tells you what the standard pressure that they've measured at sea level is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how would they get that measurement without containment?
Right.
So there you go. There you go. And that answers that.
Well, the reason you have pressure is because you're trying to displace a fluid that's confined. There's nowhere for it to go.
Yep.
So it offers pressure. It wants to be where you're at. But your body won't let it be there. So you displace the fluid. Now, if it gets the other direction, then the fluid will displace you.
Yep.
Almost next to nothing won't take the shape of its container. Some take longer than others, but eventually they conform to it over time.
Yep.
Just some things are more solid than others, but eventually time gets them.
The thing I was going with that is it's the mentality. Everybody pointed something out that to measure this or measure that or look at this or look at that, you needed containment for everything everybody was talking about.
Yep.
But yet this place doesn't need it.
Right. The only instance ever in any environment, controlled or natural. It's the only instance. And they always want to do this. Well, we see an atmosphere on other planets. No, you don't. Shut up.
No, they don't.
This is the thing that grabs me is that one those parties couldn't figure out where we were going. Two, they didn't understand what they were hearing, so they couldn't put it together, couldn't image it in their mind, couldn't understand it and see the next step. Neither could they see the process they couldn't see the process, but yet in the end, oh no, this place doesn't need a container. Well, it has a measurable PSI.
Yeah.
How would you get the measurable PSI with no container? It's impossible to do.
Well, that's when they go in, they claim it's because of the weight of the air.
Yeah.
Well, how much does air weigh? How much does air weigh? How do you weigh air, right?
Yeah. Containment.
Yeah, you have to put it in a container, but you know what? I can have a glass and I take away the weight of the glass and the air in it doesn't register a weight. The only time that air is going to register any weight is if it's at a higher pressure than the air around it.
Yep.
Outside. That's the only time it's ever going to register any weight. And so then it would be dependent on the ratio of density between the two. You're measuring the same medium against itself is basically what you're doing. And I think this is one of the biggest problems people have. They can't see the forest for the trees.
Bingo.
The medium is everything. Okay. And that's just it. Because we're always immersed in a fluid medium of air, we don't consider it. We see it as an obstacle when it's actually a deciding factor. They say they remove it in a vacuum chamber to do a drop test so that they remove the obstacle of drag. But it's not really the drag that you've removed. You've reduced the density of the medium. That's all. That's all you've done.
You've made it way more.
Right, because let's face it, there is nowhere really that there is a vacuum in nature, and it requires containment.
Especially right next to each other, and you wouldn't have a PSI if there was no barrier there to test. That's
right.
like saying that, oh, we're going to measure the air, but we're just gonna close the box and put a scale inside with no containment at all.
Well, think about this: if it was because of the weight of the air, and the weight is due to gravity pulling everything toward its center, shouldn't there be a downward bias of the weight distribution against my body? I mean, wouldn't there be more pressure on my shoulders than there would be on the sides of my arms and shit?
Hold on, let me call Nachiketa.
I mean, wouldn't it be a little more difficult to lift my arms than it already is? Try to lift my arm up and shit. Oh, the weight of that air is holding. No, there's no specific downward bias to the air at all. It put the PSI, even though it's measured in pounds per square inch, that's pounds of pressure, not pounds of weight.
Pounds of gravity.
Yep.
So, and it's squeezing inward on the body in all directions. It's just part of the displacement process.
That was one of the best examples I've ever seen, how everybody kind of knew where it was going, and everybody just steered that boat right into it. I was just like, holy Christ.
What was that one? I was on with somebody and shit, and I was having that very discussion, and they said, oh yeah, well, look at this. And they showed this guy had a fish tank with some hexafluoride or sodium hexafluoride in it, really dense gas. And they had that in there, and he says, look, we can float this boat on top of it. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. What's that glass thing around it? Would that happen to be some containment for that gas? You want to impress me, bitch? Stack that gas up in a pile on the table, then float your boat. Let's see what happens then.
Put it in a column. Or a
make
ball.
a column out of it.
Yeah.
They're stackable.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know. I get really I'm like, how do you not see this? How do you not see this? Have you never fucked around with balloons and shit? And, play in the bathtub when you were a kid and fuck around with what would float and what wouldn't. I grew up on a lake, man. I spent the summertime in the lake. So I'm real familiar with buoyancy and density and how things work and shit like that. And when you apply that to any fluid medium, it all makes fucking sense.
Yeah. And it's simple. It doesn't
so simple.
It doesn't need any extra shit attached on top of it. It's very simple.
But you don't got no green bitches from outer space. See, that's the problem. I think that these geeks are,
they see it and they understand it. They just don't want to.
Well, a common theme I see to people that buck against it and shit is, oh, you must not have paid attention in school. Okay. You guys always reference school, not any facts about the globe, just the fact that school is where you learn this. You tell me this all the time. I know that's where you learn this. Okay. I already know that. And what I'm trying to tell people is that what they told you is bullshit. Just because they gave you a piece of paper and told you that you were smart because you believe their bullshit doesn't make it real. Consensus does never dictate truth. Consensus does not dictate truth.
I would always say I did pay attention, and then I tested it myself and realized it was horse shit.
Right.
When I applied it in real life.
Because after all, you're very trusting. You think that institution is there to make you smart. And that for some reason, the government has a vested interest in making you smart. When the results are showing that they're doing anything but making smart people.
Yeah.
They're taking perfectly intelligent people and turning them into blithering morons is what they're doing.
Repeaters.
Yes, like parrots. It's just obedience school for humans. Basically it.
I did pay attention, and then I realized it doesn't work.
Let's see about this here real quick.
So now that we're getting the unredacted Epstein files and we're starting to see the names of the victims and their ages, I'd just like to ask Megyn Kelly if she'd like to walk back her statement, if she'd like to make a public apology. I'm not actually asking. I'm demanding that Megyn Kelly make a public apology to the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. You know, the 12, the 13, the 14-year-old girls that were savagely raped by these scumbags on Epstein's Island. If you forget what Megyn Kelly said, check this out.
As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. And that is what I believed. And that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged, forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn. Now they call it child sexual abuse material on his computer, that for the first time I thought, oh no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean, only a pedophile gets off on young children abuse videos. She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't really trust Pam Bondi's word on the Epstein matters anymore. Yeah, so I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10, I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. You know,
there is a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. Well, Megyn Kelly, maybe you need a reality check.
Hey, Megyn Kelly. I'm Eloise and I'm 14 years old. I wasn't even going to say anything because the topic is an adult one. My mom even made a video about it yesterday because we didn't feel it was an appropriate topic for a child to speak about. But after hearing you go on camera and explain that Epstein wasn't into 8-year-olds, just the barely legal type like 15, I realized you might need an actual reality check from a literal child. So let me help you out. Megyn, people in my grade are turning 15 right now. Some of us still have baby faces. Some of us still have braces. Some of us still call our parents when we're scared at night. Some of us still look like middle schoolers because we basically are. And the fact that a grown woman needs a teenager to explain that is honestly terrifying. Here's the part you seem confused about. Under federal law, anyone under 18 is a child. No asterisk. No, but they hit puberty. No, older kids don't count. Anyone under 18 is a child. You said you were just giving facts, but here's the real fact. What you said wasn't factual. It was minimizing. It was making abuse sound like a technicality. And Megyn, here's the part you really need to hear. If a 14-year-old has to get on the internet and explain to a grown adult with national platform that children are children and there's no age where abuse suddenly becomes less bad, then the problem isn't confusion, it's corruption. Because kids my age aren't supposed to be the ones correcting you. We're not supposed to be the moral compass in a room full of adults who should have known better. But here we are. If my voice makes you uncomfortable, good, it should. Because the minute adults start defending predators by debating the age of a child, you're not protecting the truth. You're protecting the predator. And you shouldn't need a freshman to tell you that.
I don't know whoever that girl's parents were, but good for you. Good for you teaching your child right from wrong. Good for you for being the adult in the room and not trying to inspire 15-year-old girls to go be escorts for pedophiles like Jeffrey Epstein because, well, there is a difference between 5 and 15. When are you going to apologize to the victims, Megyn Kelly? Are you going to get on the high horse now and apologize since you've actually absolutely been humiliated? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You think Megyn Kelly should apologize? Tag her down in the comments. We out. Peace.
Seemed like she was doing a little cover up there. Oh, it's not as bad.
She was. Although I don't think that kid's parents should expose that kid on the internet. See, one thing I have a problem with is like, do you guys ever remember? Like, I can't believe that kids nowadays knows stuff about any of this. Like, do you ever remember like anything remotely close to these subjects that we like talked about in school or anything? All these kids with the internet and social media now, they're all exposed to all this crap. And that kid was clearly reading off a script that her parents wrote. Now
There was
now you've exposed your kid to other people on there.
Yeah, I know.
Like I don't like. I agree. Megyn Kelly should be called out, but not in that way.
Yeah.
But
well,
yeah,
we didn't have sex ed in my school when I was going to school. That wasn't a thing. Now it is. I mean, so
it's just
you know,
crazy.
who knows?
Like like who would have even? Well, we didn't have cell phones and shit like that. So
Yeah,
But-
that was my era. So I mean, we didn't have sex ed. Your dad pulled you aside and told you, what
We had it in 6th grade, and basically what it was, the girls all went off with a female teacher, and the guys all, went to one classroom with a male teacher. They pretty much just told you basically about puberty and how babies is made, and most of us knew that, but we got a kick out of embarrassing the shit out of the teacher. One kid raised his hand up, yes, and he says, "What's a rim job?" And shit like that. And these people are like, "Oh, come on, man."
Anybody in the know would laugh.
Do you really blow on it?
Well, we got to be careful with this stuff. A lot of people in the West, they want to say, "Oh, look at those sand people. They get married at 14." Come on, Western Christian culture. I have aunts that were married. Oh, I was still playing with dolls. But then the state comes in and just says, "Oh no, you can't do it at 15. It has to be 16." Or
yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. I just don't know where the state comes in and arbitrary sets this. What do you call it? Statutory rape. So you're telling me an 18-year-old should go to jail because he had sex with a 16-year-old girl?
This is a document that came out on this thing. I guess I can read it easier that way. It's bigger. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. I don't know if you can see any of that. But it says here that this name redacted provided the following information. Met Lisa Villeneuve at a hospital where they were roommates in 2000. Villeneuve now goes by Ghislaine Lisa Villeneuve and sells real estate in Irvine, California. Okay, that might be, what's her name? After her and Villeneuve left the hospital, they remained friends. Later that year in 2000, around Christmas time, Villeneuve invited so-and-so to a party on Palm Beach Island, Florida. Blank believes the house belonged to Epstein. Before the part, Villeneuve took this person to meet Bobby Cox. Cox was a young man and introduced himself as a model scout. Villeneuve laughed in response to Cox's introduction and said, "No, you're a pimp." Villeneuve, Cox, and this person then went to the party. They entered the property through the backyard, and Villeneuve said she would go inside to speak with the hostess, which this person believed was Elaine Maxwell. A man named Kurt Schmidt, who is currently the CEO of Blue Buffalo. Oh, that's the dog food. When Villeneuve and blank approached Schmidt, she asked Villeneuve if she was as cool and stated she was cool. Villeneuve said, "No, he means cool to have sex." Schmidt said, "No, I meant cocaine." Villeneuve took her back inside, and someone told the party that Donald Trump had invited them all to a party at Mar-a-Lago. So-and-so told Villeneuve she wanted to go, but Villeneuve told her it wasn't that kind of party. It was for prostitutes. And this person hasn't spoken to Villain View since 2002. So Trump was having a party for prostitutes at his fucking house in Mar-a-Lago. That
Well,
might be how he met.
Keep a watch out for that name. If she suddenly falls off a cliff or gets into a washing machine accident.
Yeah.
Normally what happens.
Here's another one where Trump, great little girls, it's documented he paid for their silence. Let me see what this is. This comes up. Anybody? I don't know if you'll be able to read this or not. The circled part here says number 10, defendant Trump initiated sexual contact with plaintiff at 4 different parties. On the 4th and final sexual encounter with defendant Trump tied plaintiff to a bed, exposed himself to the plaintiff, and then proceeded to forcibly grape the plaintiff. During the course of this savage sexual attack, plaintiff loudly pleaded with defendant Trump to stop, but with no effect. Defendant Trump responded to plaintiff pleas by violently striking plaintiff in the face with his open hand and screaming that he would do whatever he wanted. Wow. I can kind of see this. And wow.
So let me ask you this. How long do you think it'll be before Mr. Three Names steps into place?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking too. Because that's the only way he's going to, because if he dies, he'll die disgraced.
Yep.
Okay. If he's impeached or whatever, or even if he just doesn't say anything, his name's mud. He's fucked. Okay. So that would be the only thing that could possibly apothecate him. And hey, let's face it, you don't really have to do it. Right? Butler, Charlie Kirk, come on. We got special effects and shit, man.
Yeah, squib.
You did it once, you can do it again. You already had a rehearsal. Come on.
And think about it, it would put everybody in a state and everybody be like, oh, poor Donald Trump, and they'll all be waving the flags, it'll all be patriotic, and JD Vance will step right in and then plant tears right up your butthole.
This is see, so guy was asked about his time driving a limousine for 2 years in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. During his time as a driver, he had met Donald Trump. He noted he picked the president up in 1995 and took him to the DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. He reported some of the things President Trump had spoken about during the ride while on his cell phone were very concerning. He reported he was a few seconds from pulling the limousine over on the median, and within a few seconds of pulling him out of the car and hurting him due to some of the things he was saying, as callers choose not to. He noted Trump continuously stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone and made references to abusing some girl. He was unsure who he was talking to nor who he was referencing. As he talked about his time meeting Donald Trump, he immediately and demeanor went stone cold as he stated he raped me and said, what? Oh, this is about the girl. So-and-so said, what? As so-and-so replied, some girl with a funny name took me into a fancy hotel or building. That's how it happened. Okay, and we heard about that she was advised to call the police regarding the incident. As so-and-so stated, I can't, they will kill me. On Christmas Day, so-and-so contacted this guy, stated she had in fact called the police about what they had talked about. So-and-so told another person she had done good. And then she didn't hear anything from him until 1/10/2000. So-and-so reached out to somebody stating it was dead and noted she was found with her head, quote unquote, blown off in Kiefer, Oklahoma. Officers on the scene stated there was no way that it was suicide. Coroner stated it was a suicide. So-and-so later stated so-and-so committed suicide because she had gotten cocaine from a Mexican drug cartel. Yeah, this driver feels that it was the murder as a cover for Ghislaine Maxwell. This is really all bad. This whole feed is nothing but this shit.
Yep.
I'm not kidding you. And panicking because they missed redacting Trump's name from new Epstein files. Okay. God damn, all you have to do is go under the search bar and say, Trump. And it'll bring up every instance of it. You just go through every one by one, right?
Yep.
Come on. Government employees, lowest bidder every time.
Hey, treasure trove.
The FBI and the Department of Justice are now panicking because they published 30,000 new Epstein file documents, but misredacting Donald Trump's name. One of the files is a postcard from Jeffrey Epstein to a man named Larry Nassar. Larry Nassar was an Olympic doctor who was sentenced to 175 years in jail after 160 girls who had been on the Olympic team testified against him raping and sexually assaulting them. Jeffrey Epstein sent Larry Nassar a postcard on August 13, 2019, when Donald Trump was our current president, that reads, "Dear LN, we shared one thing, our love and caring for young ladies at the hope they'd reach their full potential. Our president shares our love for young nubile girls. When a young beauty walked by, he loved to grab, snatch, whereas we ended up snatching grub in the mess halls of the system, meaning he's mad he's in jail for liking young girls." Mind you, the part that sticks out about this is Jeffrey Epstein saying that our president likes to grab, snatch, because Donald Trump himself told us where he likes to grab young women.
Grab him by the pussy. I can do anything.
Now, if you look at the bottom right here, you can see that this document has a code. The number in this document was EFTA 0003608. But overnight, this went mega viral. So the Department of Justice removed this file from the website and resequenced it to another number. And if you notice, they separated the front of the postcard from the text. They did that to confuse people because if you read the card without the context of the year, there's no way to verify which president he was referring to. But when they are together on the same page, there's only one president we had in 2019. But the next document is the bombshell, which specifically names Donald Trump as a rapist. Victim as limousine driver about his time driving a limousine for 2 years in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. During the time, the driver said that he met Donald Trump. The driver reported some of the things President Trump had spoken about during the ride while on his cell phone were very concerning. Trump continuously stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone and made references to abusing some girl. As the driver talked about his time meeting Donald Trump, the girl immediately changed her demeanor and became stone cold and stated, "He raped me." Donald J. Trump had raped her along with Jeffrey Epstein. The victim noted some girl with a funny name, could it have been Ghislaine Maxwell, took me into a fancy hotel or building, and that's how it happened. The driver advised the victim to call the police regarding the incident as the girl said, "I can't, they will kill me." And here's the worst part. On Christmas Day, the girl contacted the driver and finally told him that she talked to the police. The driver then told her that she had done good, but then didn't hear from her until January 10th of 2000, when the police found the victim with her head blown off in Oklahoma, and the officers ruled it a suicide. And we know the Department of Justice is panicking because they just put out a statement saying some of these documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims made against President Trump that were submitted to the FBI right before the 2020 election. To be clear, the claims are unfounded and false. If they had a shred of credibility, they certainly would have been weaponized against President Trump already. And we know this is a crock of bullshit because out of all the people that are named and listed in that Epstein file, there's only one person the Department of Justice seems to want to protect, and that's Donald Trump.
There you go.
The only thing is how many times down this road have we been where it's like
a million.
The Democrats are now panicking. Back when this all first popped off, where they had the binders, it's like the Democrats are panicking. Now it's the Trumps are panicking. Now it was the Clintons were panicking. Everybody's panicking, but nobody ever gets in trouble. That's the thing.
It's a big club.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And the thing is with the Trump too, it's like, so does it now shift over to see, before it's like all these people were worried. It's like, oh, you're associated with Epstein. Okay, let's say that Trump is, they shift the narrative that Trump's the new Epstein. It's like, so if you're associated with Trump, are you now like the new, you're hanging out with Trump, all these people hang out with Trump, before it was, everybody hanging out with Epstein. So they just shift from one person to the next person. That's why I say they're all Epstein.
Well, there's Epsteins all over the world.
Yeah,
Canada had an Epstein. The rap industry had Epsteins.
Yeah, did he?
I found out something else disturbing too. That yacht that girl said they killed her baby on, and threw it into the Lake Michigan. Donald Trump had a fucking yacht. on Lake Michigan called the Trump Princess. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Eric's
But it's all untrue because Pam Bondi said so.
Fuck her. I think she's a former Epstein girl herself.
Of course she is. She'll ride the wave, and he only brings people in that he can manipulate or control, or that are manipulated.
You know that Erica Kirk is, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Oh, totally not. Erica Kirk she's a God-loving. She's
I couldn't
Mrs.
believe
Charlie.
they had Nicki Minaj at a turning point. Of
I know.
And said she was the woman that walked with the Lord, and I'm like, have you seen her videos? That's called twerking, Erica. That's not walking with the Lord. That's
Well, here's the thing. It's a good point. This Epstein, it is. How do they say it? The psyop is the psyop. Epstein is not just. I think most people think that Epstein, he's like the new Hitler. It's like, no, he's just representative of what your local sheriff is doing, which is on the record now. Okay, it's not. It's systemic. Okay, you know what this is going to tie back to, and I have some knowledge on it. Who remembers the sacrifice of Johnny Versace there? What was that, 1996?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was at those parties with Madonna and the club, and guess who was there? Trump, Epstein. This goes right to the whole fashion industry.
Allegedly.
Hermes, Coco Chanel, Versace, all these fragrances and all these luxury brands. What's that big thing that Americans love over there? The Victoria's Secret. Do you really want to know what that business is about? It's not about underwear.
Yeah.
It's not about underwear. All those modeling agencies, if you don't become a Christy Brinkley, 99% of those girls become prostitutes.
Lex, what's his name? Wexler.
Wexler?
Yeah, Lex. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, same difference.
Yep. Well, here's some more of that shit.
Jeffrey Epstein negotiated the fucking contract to move the CIA's proprietary airliner, Southern Air Transport, which was busted running drugs and guns during Iran-Contra. He personally was the authorized signatory on the deal with Southern Air Transport to move it to a military base in Columbus, Ohio to service the Limited. Hey, any of you guys got any bright ideas about how you would go about in 1994 convincing the Central Intelligence Agency to move its proprietary CIA airline used for covert operations based in Miami to fucking up and move its entire operation to fucking Columbus, Ohio, just to service your personal company instead of the CIA? What do you think, he cold called the CIA? You think he just schmoozed the CIA? Or is it because he was handling Adnan Khashoggi's money during Iran-Contra that purchased the guns that Southern Air Transport a decade earlier was moving?
Jesus Christ. This guy was deep with this intelligence community, man. That's all there is.
Let me ask you this, though. Was that the period when Reagan was kind of losing his marbles? Was that the period? Was it 84? Well, no. What was it? The Iran-Contra was what, 85?
Yeah.
So was that the period where he started to kind of do a Joe Biden and kind of people were doing shit in the background and he probably didn't have a freaking clue because he was mindless anyway at that point? Just, the old come out and tell a joke and everyone would laugh.
I wonder if they don't do something to them after they get.
You've said that before.
Like start feeding them shit in their food that makes them stupid.
Yeah, like an amnesia kind of.
Yeah.
Where they start to just, oh sure, anything is thrown at them, they'll just say yeah.
Brain parasite.
So
I mean, that's what I think.
It's possible. But you know what this means, right now, though, this has just been put out there today about the being able to unredact these files, right? This is crazy because it's turning everybody into like, they're all doing it now. Because there's a lot of people that were just going, fuck it, I'm not going to look at none of these. You can't see nothing anyway. Same old bullshit.
Yeah,
now
they do that all.
You can unredact it.
They do that on purpose because if somebody says that they're redacted, you won't go and look at them anyway.
I think it's just a test run. We'll see how much more they put out after this. I think they're trying to see. They put these out, and they knew that people were going to figure out how to get past their redactions. And
Dude, I thought that too. I was like, that they might have waited to see if somebody would find out how to do this.
because there's probably way worse crap, and this is probably nothing in comparison to what they really have. And they're like, we'll throw this out, throw a dog a bone, basically.
Well, it's like I said earlier, as far as this whole thing is concerned, the Republicans are toast. Okay,
well,
they're done.
It's meant to be that way. Yeah,
but I'm hoping that more people realize that it's not just Republicans. Okay, that's just who's in the crosshairs right now.
And that's kind of what
you have to understand. It's all of them. That's why I like that AI thing with Jeffrey Epstein taking the selfies with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That last one he took was with the entire United States Senate. Just click.
Yep. Well, it's the pendulum effect. So it swings to the side, and then it goes to shit, and then the pendulum swings back to the other side, and everybody goes over there, and then that turns to shit, and then it swings back to the other side again. They're suddenly good. Then
that's how they stay in power.
Yeah, that's how this system and this shit stays this way. Where is the person that steps up and says, you know what, all of these people are corrupt. Let's get them all the fuck out. Let's arrest all of them. And then let's get real people in here with real morals who will set standards. And if you break these standards, there'll be consequences for them. See, that's the problem, is that these systems that are in place to even keep these people in check are corrupt. So there's nowhere to go. You think about that girl in that situation that girl is in. She goes to the cops. The cops, what do you call it? Then she's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So think about it. Where do you go at that point?
Right.
Whether you believe in JFK, Charlie Kirk, or anything, obviously we don't, but you know what I'm saying? Whether you believe in that thing or not, that's what their examples to be set for the normies to be like, oh, if you speak out or if you're against this or, he's the hero, we need to get rid of that guy. They put those people out there to, they create these situations, these scenarios to make it look like this will happen to you if you want to go against the system like you're talking about, D-Man.
Yeah. Exactly.
To scare everybody.
Yeah, but it's not working because I said it on day one that whole Alex Jones trial.
Yeah,
he was under no threat. That was there because my mother said, she's like, I'm so worried about you that you post all this stuff and you're going to end up like Alex Jones. But now it's on the court record. Win Young is a lawyer. He's proven that the whole case was a charade.
Yeah.
But that was the psyop.
Yeah,
Alex Jones is a military asset. He's a $1 billion lawsuit for what?
Right.
His father had connections.
That verdict is what got it for me. The verdict for the amount that they requested and everything. And he's like, we're going to have to shut everything down. Da, da, da. He's still going.
Of course.
Okay. So that never came to fruition. So what, the amount was, what they say, $1 trillion or some shit like that.
No, it was like a bit $12 billion or something.
Knowing full well there ain't no way his assets would even cover it, So yeah, that was just to scare people away from saying anything about it. And I'm like, what? Fuck you. Send me a subpoena. Send me a subpoena.
And this goes up to Trump. I have inside knowledge that Trump's personal lawyer knows about this current case that is now before the Supreme Court. And they're trying to cover it. Look it up. Win Young. He's got the case there. It's on the record. Treason. Alex Jones is a piece of shit.
But that's what
some people might say that's not the original Alex Jones, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The brand Alex Jones, InfoWars, that thing is it's a terrorist organization by definition.
Bill Cooper back in the late 90s said he was a piece of shit, that he was a government shill and didn't trust him worth of shit. And he shit on him every minute that he could do it, he would do it. He told everybody. I used to listen to Bill Cooper in the late 90s before they killed him. And he used to tell people all the time, nah, that guy is crap. He's government agent. All the time.
That's what these examples are for, is what the average voter, the person that goes to the TPUSA event and gets geofenced, the people that go to the MAGA rally, that's what all this stuff is for. All those people are believers. And yeah, there's less of them. There's more of us, kind of coming up through the pipeline, but they're still they still outnumber us, unfortunately.
And I want to say something real quick. I don't think Bill Cooper was straight either. I think Bill Cooper at one point was probably in the same boat, but then he started to snap out of it and realized what they were doing to him and realized the repercussions from them doing it and how they were going to do them. And he just said, hell with it. I don't care. I'm not going down that road. And it didn't take, as soon as he predicted 9/11, it took a year and he was gone.
Well,
Just
not
like
gone.
that.
They executed him in his driveway.
His
didn't they?
driveway, yeah.
Well, they're saying Mark Epstein, who is Jeffrey Epstein's brother, is claiming that Trump gave the go-ahead to off his brother, and that's where that came from. And
I don't think he's dead. This Charlie
I
character
don't
Kirk
think he's
is
dead
even
either.
dead.
No, he's alive.
The only
His
problem-
life story is total bullshit. It's like, I don't know, the man, is that even his really born name, Charlie Kirk? I mean, there's symbolism in the whole Charlie and Kirk thing, and his life story just doesn't make sense whatsoever. Some teenager was, you're a really smart young man here. We're gonna make you a New York Times bestseller at what,
Yeah, yeah.
22 years old? Really? Really?
None of that was organic.
The
Here,
part
this
I
is-
have
this is
problem
real.
with Epstein's brother is like, all right, let's say that your brother was Jeffrey Epstein, right? It's like, why
Right.
didn't you do something to stop it a long time ago? Why weren't you-
That dude owns an island down there in the Caribbean too.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So doesn't the guy that runs
30,000.
so doesn't the guy that runs the Virgin Atlantic?
Yeah.
He's got one too.
Yeah.
Branson.
Yeah, Richard Branson.
Well, he's a
listen,
creep and a half.
there are islands in the Great Lakes that are private islands.
Yeah.
Okay. And oh, that's right. Trump had a yacht in Lake Michigan too, where this girl said this shit happened. Now, whether it was actually on his yacht or not, I don't know, but I mean, it's kind of looking like that. How many people?
Can you imagine? All right, I'm probably gonna say something that ain't the greatest, or I'll code it a little bit. During the jab time, just think about all those elites were doing. They were going out on their yachts. What do you think was happening out on all them yachts? I bet a lot of this stuff happened because they went out and did stuff none of us were able to do.
Yeah, but John McAfee is probably still alive.
Yeah, he might be.
believe that.
The other thing too is Branson had that Nexium cult people all over that place. So they're all doing this shit. They're all in it. They're all in it. Everyone.
Let's see this real quick here. I want to.
These 30,000 pages of documents from the Epstein files released overnight, including one which was a letter sent by Jeffrey Epstein, apparently in the days before he took his own life, to convicted sex abuser Larry Nassar, who, again, convicted of abusing so many U.S. gymnasts over the years. In that letter, Epstein wrote to Nassar, our president, and he was referring, it seems, to President Donald Trump at the time, our president also shares our love of young, nubile girls. These 30,000 pages of documents from the Epstein.
Yep. Let me ask you a question though. Would you word it that way? Think about the shooter guy. Oh, my dear love. The way he was talking like some kind of old world storyteller. That's why I'm saying, why would you use that word to talk about? You wouldn't just say, yeah, you remember those broads. You wouldn't just talk like that. Isn't the normal things that you would ever hear a man say about a woman ever. So, I mean, think about it in that way. That's why, I mean, I understand it, but in my mind, I think that isn't something a man's man is going to say. Nubile. What the fuck is that?
I think this stuff's been going on long. Look at you remember Penn State, Jerry Sandusky. They're bringing all the boys into the locker room, and I mean, this stuff goes way back. It just you go through story after story. It's just now it's getting you got the internet now, and people are.
It's age old. This goes back to freaking Greece. Look how they.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah, you can go story after story.
You want to really read some whacked out stuff? Look at that guy in Canada. Basically, he was the Epstein of Canada. He was getting these women from Africa to come to Canada. He was knocking them up, then paying them to get abortions so that he could take the stuff out of the fetal cells or whatever it was and inject it into him.
Good God.
That's how
My
effed
God.
up these people are.
Damn.
My God.
Yeah, not guard. That's right. That was that guy. Well, listen, guys, I gotta work in the morning. We're gonna do
Good to see you,
another
Sav.
show tomorrow night. We'll go late tomorrow night. No problem.
Hey, Sov, check your
Yeah.
messages. I sent you a funny post. Maybe you do it tomorrow if you don't have time.
Okay, I will. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna
Well,
get
yeah,
off.
take care. God bless everyone.
All right,
It's one of
folks,
those.
I guess.
One of
have a
those.
good night.
Go ahead, Luke.
Good night, guys.
Good night, Luke. Thanks.
All right.
Luke's on a delay because he's in Thailand, so he's got an internet delay a little bit.
In case he
Yeah, it's a
gets
bit of a lag.
American.
So, Luke,
Yes.
I'm next door in Cambodia, so maybe I'll. If he's in Thailand, let's give me a ring sometime.
There you go.
Same time zone.
All right,
Meet me in
guys.
Phuket.
I want to thank
I'll
everybody
be
for
staying
coming
away
in
from the
tonight.
border, though.
Yeah, I know. Same here. You got to fly over it.
Good to see
All right.
everybody. If I
Cheers,
don't
guys.
see you guys on the next, I mean, I'll be on the next one. But if I don't see anybody, hope you have a good Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Merry
right on.
Christmas, everyone.
Ho,
Yep.
ho, ho.
It's Christmas Eve right now.
Green giant.
All right, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Everybody that was in the chat and everybody up on panel. Those of you that sent super chats over on the Rumble side, Godzilla, thank you so much. And as we always like to say on here, don't forget the Lord loves the working man. Don't never ever trust Whitey. See your doctor and get rid of him because he'll probably kill you. And if you heard the shot, probably wasn't meant for you. We'll see you next time in Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Good night.